Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Action-Packed Tales of Istoria, where heroes and villains are made. Thank you for tuning in to our weekly D&D show, where we just play our D&D live game for you. We want to give a shout-out and a thank you to Riot Games for letting us use their music, which they let us do for free, and you can too if you have your own stream or any sort of interest in streaming. The cool thing is that you have the ability of using it for free if you just include like a little thing about the title track, all that sort of stuff, which you'll see in the bottom right corner as the game progresses. And of course, in the About Us section as to the legal jargon that allows us to do it for free. So, if you have interest in that, check it out. But also, yeah, big thank you to them since they just give this to us and anyone for free. Pretty cool, and it's really good music. So, anyway, we'll go out to the pool table. So, hey everyone.
Hi.
Oh,
Sorry.
Happened?
There's a stink bug and it like zoomed by my ear and I'm like, what the fuck?
He flicked it off of
Because
himself.
Chris flicked it off of himself.
Funky.
Hold on, it was crawling on my neck. I was like, what is on my neck? Oh, God.
Look at him posturing at you. He's threatening.
Okay, thank you. I was gonna say, can somebody get rid of that thing?
He's threatening.
Put him on the board. Everybody roll initiative.
Right?
Stir. Stir. Nope.
And we started with chaos.
Yeah. Just provided it doesn't spray, I'm okay. And
This
thank you
is,
very much for dealing with that thing.
You're a poet and you didn't know it.
We're really good with those. We have a lot of
We
Oh,
do.
nice, okay.
They're
Yeah, we
all
do too.
over
So,
our area.
There it is. He's
Oh,
been
now I can-
testy, but thank you much.
Damn, son. Wrecked my mini.
Oh, my bad. I can't see where it's going.
You're sturdy. You're protected.
Right.
Get
Got a lot
back,
of AC.
That dice had a 27 to hit. I believe it just goes beyond your All right. Anyway, so hey, let's get into the stream that we're doing. So, thank you for all tuning in for those streaming. Drown It, great suggestion. It's ended up in the trash. Well, now that wax would have hardened by now. I swapped out the smell, so you may have a different smell within the room. Since
I smelt it when I came in.
yeah, we're going into a different dungeon crawly space. So I used the smell illusion because secret lair.
As long as it's not the stink bug smell.
Yeah, right, exactly. I did crack the window open. If it gets a little cold, we can shut that. But I did that since earlier it was super strong down here. And I was like, if I have too much with it, and I love that kind of smell, you guys definitely will. So hopefully it's mitigated a little bit. But anyway, so recap from last week. Who wants to start?
We didn't die.
It's true. Good
Should
recap.
we have? Oh, I guess we probably would have had we bought the trees.
It would have been tough.
It would have been tough.
I am Tree Lord, Lord of Trees.
Thankfully, we're not so fire based, but yeah, it would have been really bad.
Could have been.
Oh,
fine.
yes. We can scooch now.
Yeah, we talked to the trees.
Mhm.
And their Lorax.
Look at that man
Um,
spread he's got going on.
And we
I've got a big
told
spread
about
too.
our exploits and how we don't want to destroy the world kind of thing.
Yeah.
We're all for nature.
Everybody.
He set us up. It's just a favor before sending us to the edge of the woods
Uh-huh.
to recover Ironheart's iron heart.
Mhm.
His iron limbs is asking us.
Steel heart, but yes.
Steel heart, sorry.
You're
My
good.
bad. Was it iron limbs and steel heart then?
Correct.
Son of a biscuit.
How do they know what steel is? A man-made.
He's an alloy.
It's true.
Then we went into the wetlands after traversing through a large swath of cut down trees. A very large swath.
Yeah.
Ward went catatonic and a reboot after getting to a old ruined area of a town. And it was Elmona?
Mhm.
Yes.
Good notes. Hell yeah.
I think it was destroyed in the second cataclysm. And then there's a bunch of specters there that seem to be stuck and don't know that they're dead. They're just kind of like bustling about, doing a bunch of random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cheated. And we used the hither, the thither staff to cross the town.
We worked smarter, not harder. Okay.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
came into like a foreboding temple, and at the back of it there was a large opening with 2 very large doors that were blasted off.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
would have vetoed.
Right. Somebody came in, just started blasting.
And that.
Yeah, that covers it.
Investigation check at the top of the next game to see what we see.
Oh yeah.
Doors. They're on the ground.
Correct. Which, yeah, you do. So, with that recap, well done. We'll go ahead and set the mood with both color, as it is. So it is probably close to about the 8 o'clock game time.
It's 7:16.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I should just make it 7, but yeah.
7:24 game time.
So, oh right, I don't have to use my phone for this stuff. So, it is our favorite time of day. Night. And I should have this in here now. Yes. So, as you enter into this space, crossing through that threshold and seeing those 2 massive stone doors partially embedded in the floor, they have what you can see are it's kind of that impact, not falling like a crater or anything, but they're a little bit embedded. So you can tell that the weight of these doors is pretty substantial. So whatever knocked them off also had to have some pretty substantial strength behind it. Looking into this large cave, though, it's a deep cavern that extends far beyond your dark vision. I believe the highest one might be the deer, which is
120.
okay. Yep, it even goes beyond your dark vision. You see, it does kind of slowly extend out to the right, but for any details, you can make either a group check or have 2 individuals make the roll.
I've got no dark vision, so.
No ball.
True. Which you can either have sheathed or unsheathed.
It's dark.
In the sense of, the cover.
I'm not good at an investigation.
Have the light on.
Okay, you got it.
Top.
Can I turn on and off the light?
No, it is a permanent on effect,
Okay.
ever present.
Okay.
In the daylight, it's not seen, but yep.
I was just asking because in Baldur's Gate, you have weapons that like shine and you can make it see.
True.
We need to get you some oilcloth for that thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Saying that the here.
Saying your game design's bad, fix it.
Right.
I didn't say that. He did.
Yeah, yeah. Verbatim. Yeah.
Jake,
you did.
why can't I turn on my light?
Oh, hey, did you get a haircut?
No.
Liar.
Oh.
Damn, Christian, that stunk, bro.
What'd you say?
I didn't hear what he said.
He asked if he got, or she asked if he got a haircut.
Yeah.
You said
Hey.
no, and I said got all of them cut.
It's just bad.
If the stink bug hadn't happened, that would have gotten you the nice, at least
Man.
until something better happened, group party wise. If you want to give that to him, you're more than welcome. Okay. So,
Oh.
so you get the reroll.
I think it's more further out. Further out. Oh, there you go. Thank you. So exactly behind.
All of them cut.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
my God.
that was solid. So, for those that want to make the roll, an investigation check is called, and whomever wants to can. But it would be either a collective group party check, or it would be one that is done more, 2 individuals that you guys are familiar with how we do
I have a lot. Yeah, I have a +8 in investigation, but I have no dark vision. How's
True.
this working?
Well, you do have enough light from Dorgiran's Mall that you can see, at least in your immediate vicinity, within 30 feet for the range of the mall. I think it's 30 feet, it's 20 or 30 that the light extends. So you can at least investigate to that point, which will yield potentially something.
20-foot bright light, and then another 20-foot of dim light.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so the bright light would be made at, I think, advantage, or not advantage, typical roll, but I think beyond that, being dim light, perception checks, I believe, are made at disadvantage. So, being this is a perception base, even though it is investigation, this is more well, you can at least investigate the area within 20 feet of yourself with
If dim light is disadvantaged, then what is like no light?
no light is, I believe, you're blind. effectively.
Advanced
Do
darkness.
you have like other senses?
Well, right, but it's just perception checks. So, beyond dim light, where it's just darkness, you can't attack.
Hit me.
So investigation
Sight
would be
beyond sight.
well, I guess it could be something, could not. Depends on like what you're investigating, I guess. I always think that investigation is always something done that you're doing relatively closely. It's more of like an active thing versus like perception where you have your senses. So you're looking for clues, you're trying to discern some sort of hidden meaning, stuff like that. So I would assume that it'd be something that's pretty close. But that's my interpretation of it, at least.
You and me roll?
Faith Fiend or Undead?
If you, I mean, see, I never actually know how to respond to that. If I should be a smartass or if I should just, no Faith Fiend or Undead.
I mean, there were undead outside.
There were, yes. This is more the cave.
Who knows? They might be in the cave too.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think it's specifically like
You're looking for clues and things.
Yeah. I mean, I can, or you can.
What's yours?
7.
I'm 5, but I got the 120.
That's I'm only 60. And then 10 feet of blind inside.
That's additional. Is anybody else rolling?
Oh, I thought he was. So.
I am
yeah, I mean, I
not.
can.
Oh,
just,
I got
like
a
I said, I don't.
26. So
Pretty
We'll
good.
go with that.
Good.
That sounds great.
Okay.
It's a wonderful.
It's a wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
All
Are you
right.
Italian?
I would have done 13
It's a
total.
wonderful.
What you rolled though too, right?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
Because you said only 2.
Correct.
It's
I thought I heard you roll, so that's what I was asking.
no, I don't.
well, and that's why I was
Right, you
backing
used
off.
digital. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I backed off because I thought you did initially, and then you were like, "No, you haven't." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Gotcha.
No,
so-
because I mean, I'm only gonna get the 20 feet. So
So with 26, so we'll do this in the kind of tiered approach as I like to do. So Vidier, what you notice when you go through and kind of look about the area in your immediate vicinity at least, and actually kind of extend further beyond. Something that both of you notice is that there is this kind of really thin layer of dust over everything. Kind of harkens to some place that is largely in disuse, but it's more granular than just dust. It's like a fine, actually it's more like a granular powder. And as you kind of look at it and scoop some of it up, there's a healthy layer on the ground that when you pick it up and actually like look into it, there's probably a good maybe inch covering the surface of the floor that you're stepping upon.
So, like, are our footsteps more muffled than they would normally be?
They are, yes. But as you do that and kind of pick it up, it has this like kind of granular powder to it. It's almost like a powdered sand. If you could get like sand worked down even more to break it apart. What you notice off in the distance, though, since your dark vision does extend pretty far, is that mixed among these this powder are not only just small pebbles and things that you would expect, but you also can see kind of larger ones that have almost these kind of unique shapes. But they're almost exclusively towards the edge walls of this cavern. Middle area, you don't really see much. There's a very very vague path that kind of stretches off to the right, and you can also pick up these kind of small divots in it.
Is it ashy at all?
That no. Okay. Which upon your closer inspection, so we'll swap over.
Oh.
You see that this powder is actually more of a rock-like substance, but just something that is like ground into a powder. And looking into kind of some of these small spaces, you can make out what look almost like vague shapes of either like a statue or something, but like broken apart into pieces, but it's always on the edge. Like you can't make out much of anything near the center. It's pretty much all just a very even grade in the center of the cavern. However, the small divots that the deer notice, you also notice, and you can kind of make out in a bit greater detail that they look like paw prints. More like claw prints. Pretty large in size, too. Somewhere between the realm of probably 5 to 7 feet per toe.
Toe?
Interesting
But it's
choice
not
of words.
ash.
So the claw is 5 to 7.
Like each one probably somewhere around that.
You know how big that is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Said some of these look like they're statues, kind of like on the edges.
Yeah,
Is
but
it-
like the like broken pieces of them.
Can I go clean them off and take closer looks, see if they really are statues?
Sure, yeah. So yeah, you walk over to one, and as you reach, you see like looks like a hand. Like like, oh great. So you go to grab it and you pull it up, and it's the hand that extends it to a forearm, broken apart off there. But it's immaculate construction, really really good.
So does it look like you know how in a hallway, like an entrance foyer, you might have like statues kind of in like little coves and like kind of lining it? Is that what this is reminding me of?
So with the high investigation, you kind of look for that too. You don't see any sort of bases. There's nothing indicating that there was like some sort of like entryway to almost create like this kind of ominous space walking in. You don't find any bases, no.
So I have a player idea. I don't know that my character would have it.
Okay.
Are these petrified people?
He's doing it. You're doing it, Peter.
I don't know.
You could, based on your investigation check, you're familiar with the myth of the Medusa, and that she does have a petrifying gaze, and that other creatures also do petrify.
Imagine
This very well could be that.
We're looking for Medusias.
Very well could be that. Because honestly, you've never seen finer construction.
Can we bring the Gorgon? Maybe we can have a petrify off.
It's gonna eat everything.
Yeah. The Gorgon was brought, but I don't know if it would have been able to fit into the hither portal.
Pick up the hand. Hey, you need a hand with that over there?
Like it.
It would portal.
One more time.
I fit in the portal.
You do, but the Gorgon is larger than you. It is a large creature by definition. And unfortunately, Gorgiran, even though he is sizable, is not.
Are you talking about where we are right now?
6 feet high, 4
So-
feet wide.
Hold on. How is...
What was it? One more time?
6 feet high, 4 feet wide.
It could squeeze, I'll give you that.
Well, my thought is, if there's something coming
Is
through
that
here,
breathe in?
right?
like, if we're coming down a tunnel and there's something big enough for a 5-foot-long foot, then you would think, how big of an entryway are we in?
Well, we're talking about the hither portal.
Oh, that portal.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry. I thought we were talking about something else. I was like,
Oh yeah, the double doors that were knocked down were huge. Like
that's what I
big
thought. That's why I
archway.
was like, how was he not fitting?
Yeah, they were probably 20 feet tall and 10 feet wide.
Okay.
And you said they were
We were talking about fitting my
intricately
Gorgon through the
designed
portals.
with like
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought it
spiders
was
and
a portal as in
snakes
the
on one
doorway,
side,
not
or like
the-
a double door
No,
kind of thing.
like
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
actual
Yes,
magic
Almost like a
portal.
portrait,
Yeah,
almost
I
like the Diablo
gotcha.
4, the doors when you load
Pick it up what you're
screen.
putting down.
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
Dope. Dope.
So, very ominous, like, okay.
And then something knocked those down.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So
Dude, damn, I should have rolled an investigation check on them doors.
Still good.
Are we
I'll
still
allow
there?
it. Yeah, I mean, you guys are just,
Go
you're
ahead and
just
finish
beyond.
your thought, Chris. I'm interrupting.
I mean,
Sorry.
I'm just gonna, joking with the hand. As Medusias turns things to stone, right? That's probably a stonified thing.
How do you
And
know
you're
that?
Anybody
touching it.
proficient with mason tools by chance?
I am.
Oh.
Smith's tools.
Or let me double check because it
No,
might be.
but maybe I
Smith's.
should be.
Where do you find your proficiencies at?
Bottom left.
I don't know.
I totally forgot.
tools
my
and
proficiency
proficiencies.
side.
Smiths.
So
Would
it
you
would
say
be
masonry?
Yeah, it would be mason's
Yeah, yeah,
tools. Okay.
It's
I have everything but.
Where
I
is
think
that?
artificers,
stuff?
right?
Features?
Right.
Yeah.
Alchemist supplies, glass
Oh,
blowers,
just down here.
jewelers, smiths,
Tools.
thieves,
Damn.
tinkers.
Okay, yeah.
My
Everything but,
liar.
yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Would you look
so
at
yeah,
that?
you bring that up and
Also, these look like giant ass paw prints.
Great.
And I go kind of trace it with my sword.
Yeah, and as you look,
it
it's,
could be a giant ass dog.
That's not a dog paw.
you were to put a 1-to-1 in terms of some sort of media reference, it looks kind of like the T-Rex,
Yeah. Is it
but bigger.
dragony?
I mean, it's a big reptilian foot, as best as you can tell.
Right.
Actually, you know what? I should survival check. See if anybody can discern that it is reptilian in nature.
I'll survive with it.
Do I have proficiency because it's a dragon, maybe?
If you have proficiency in survival, but we have two
No.
people rolling. It looks like
Oh. You don't.
It's, well, I got like 6.
26. Okay, what'd you get?
9.
9.
So-
Okay, yeah.
So
Um,
you did not get it.
Right.
It is either the biggest lizard you've ever seen, or probably a dragon.
Silence.
Oh.
Silence.
I've never
It's a
seen-
wizard.
I've never seen a dinosaur. I know they probably exist around somewhere, but That's bigger.
Oh, it's some sort of lizard dog.
Chris,
This
are
is
the
the
paw prints going in or out?
Oh, that's a good question. Are they going in or out?
The tracks do lead inward.
Okay.
This is the
Or that way.
second bad guy that had.
That you
They
can't
lead
tell.
in.
Yeah, there's not really a great discerning feature because the cave looks largely undisturbed, so you're not quite certain.
Well, like, I mean, if they're old, I mean,
There's no like weathering going on within here, so that's the
So
part
my-
that's like you can't be entirely certain. You think? I mean,
My working hypothesis: the doors are blown off. There's giant paw prints. Dragon blew the door down. I murdered everyone outside
It wanted in.
because that's why we. Oh, sorry. It was a really bad timing on my part.
yeah, we'll come back to you. So you were going to
Investigate the doors.
Yeah. For anything in particular you're looking for,
Would you let me do 2 things off of 1 investigation?
depending.
I want to see what kind of blow took down the door. Was it like an energy blast? Was it a giant battering ram? Where did people have like a ballista kind of thing out here?
Gotcha. Okay, so you're looking more at the doors at that point, but that's
yeah,
fine.
that's what I was.
Oh, the door.
going for,
Okay,
the
gotcha,
doors.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second thing with the doors is I'm gonna be investigation or like a history check for like the murals on the doors.
That'd be more history.
Okay. So I'll do investigation first.
Okay.
Actually, a good idea.
Rolled 26 on the investigation.
Okay.
What's with the 26s?
Yeah.
Sorry,
I don't know.
that's
Good.
3 of them.
Starting off
Yeah,
strong.
Yeah. Keep going on the skill checks.
Also, I'm going to use
Good
my
stuff.
magical tinkering to light up my mace, basically casting light on it.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then my shield, and then tonk scales.
Okay. Gotcha.
So that's all
A
3
lot,
uses.
lot of light. Yeah.
It's all 3 uses.
Okay. Gotcha. So yeah, the investigation check first. Definitely blunt force impact. Something like knocked into this. Looking closer at the doors, you can see that there's an impact mark that is sizable, almost the full width of the door itself. Both of them. Like there's a crater,
Okay.
kind of indentation.
But we're talking about physical force.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like cracked stonery and
Correct. Yeah, you don't see
like a
anything.
pattern.
Yeah, no sort of like energy blast that you can discern. No fire
Scorch
or any of that
marks.
stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
nothing like that.
Okay, and then like history check for like
Mhm.
looking at the murals on the door, seeing what they're about. Is it like 2 opposing forces, or
Sure.
what are they doing in this? And,
Right.
and does this trigger anything with my, I guess, eagerness to read in libraries? Have I read anything
Absolutely.
that sounds familiar?
Yeah, go for it.
So 11, 18, 19.
Okay, 19. Tell you what. So the construction of them, you can tell, is ancient to be sure. And that is a understatement. These doors are probably, as best as you can tell, probably thousands of years old. In addition to that, some of the things that you've read about were that there are varying degrees of different kind of worship, and this almost dips more into religion, but it's also about the people that kind of worship deities and that kind of thing. The iconography that's on here actually resembles 2 deities that you've read about. The spider one would be, hang on, I'm blanking on her name right
Loaf?
now. Not in my world.
Oh, okay, not in your world.
Yeah.
But yes. No, I
Pretty
just-
much.
But yes.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fair. Would be Arachnia, who is the effectively, well, both of this world. She is the spider god and worshipped by the drow.
Is she also all about chaos?
Yeah.
I
Definitely
wasn't
still,
meant to be funny, but like
Yeah.
for real.
yeah. Well, that was the thing. I wrestled with, like, should I dip into like the Faerun and those kind of deities? And I was like, you know what? No. Even if they're a 1-to-1 kind of equivalent, that's fine. These are different gods. Plus, these were she is one of the animal gods in particular that you have come to know, which are they're a separate section of the kind of pantheon that exists within Istoria. The animal gods were actually animals that were like basically demigods within the world that were uplifted into lesser godhood, effectively.
Okay.
And each one of them have their own champions that they empower with normally some sort of item that they bestow upon them.
Juggernaut. No.
Yeah. Secondly, the other one you recognize as a coiled serpent. This one would be Copernicus, which is a dead god.
Oh.
Oh. So this was it's effectively the iconography of like a coiled serpent, with the one head kind of looking outward.
Okay.
But yeah, that deity has, their worshippers are either rare to say the least, or just not on Tasha.
I know one.
And
Maybe.
the general sense from the mural that's going on, where are they like opposing forces? Are they in a war? Or
When looking at it, they don't appear to be. They're more of like symbols that are put on a door, but almost like a duality kind of side. Like neither one's consuming the other, but more just I don't want to say like facing off, but more just like staring at each other as though two sides of a coin kind of thing.
okay,
Which, to your recollection, you can't really remember.
all right,
Something seems familiar, but it's not there. Something's not right.
okay.
So
I'm assuming petrified people.
A lot of assumptions there.
Yeah. Is all of their clothing pretty similar? Like, do they look like they're from the same time frame?
So that's the one thing you see. Rather you don't. No whole person exists within this cave.
Okay.
You see fragments, but no full statue is within the area.
Got it.
In fact, that's the one remarkable thing, is that every statue is broken apart. You don't see a whole one at all, even necessarily of any sort of animals that you have seen, like some big pieces of. You've seen like a hoof or like what looks like a bird wing.
A jawbone here and
But yeah,
shoulder there,
but none of them are complete.
a couple toes. Collect me some toes.
Are there like weapons amongst the rubble or anything?
Yeah, you make some out. Yeah.
Also petrified.
Still stone.
Okay.
So this is just when you first walk in.
Right.
So my working theory, they all died a very traumatic death outside, the ghosty ghosts. So the dragon came, killed all them, blew the door down, petrified everyone. Do I know enough about a dragon that's breath can petrify?
You can make a history or I would say Arcana check.
Well, no.
Okay.
I rolled a 3 on the dice, so even
So you've not
even
heard of a dragon that has
Arcana puts it at 10.
you've not heard of a dragon that has a petrification breath.
Heard of a gorgon?
True.
Maybe this is just a big gorgon.
Yeah.
Bigger than normal.
I mean, Gorgon ends in Gon just like dragon does.
Oh ho ho!
Ooh.
They must be related.
Similarities abound.
That species.
Yeah.
Charlie, put the board away.
Right.
Those letters equals 36. What else equals 36?
That's my working theory, though.
I mean,
Let's go. I'm gonna start walking down the tunnel.
So nothing blew the door down. Something rammed the door down.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
You know what likes to ram? Gorgons.
Gorgons.
Ram.
You know what can turn things into stone? Gorgons. Speaking of which, is your gorgon just munching on dead people right now?
Is it?
If you're not watching it, it probably is.
It's like, oh, what do we got over here?
Okay.
Don't mind if
I mean,
do.
they're broken. It's not like they're putting them back together.
Like, he does what he wants, man.
You're probably right. Yeah.
You got a name for this thing?
Gorgon.
Gorgon.
Georgie the Gorgon.
Georgie.
That's good. Yeah.
No, it's
Jorge
a
the
little
Horgan.
Yeah.
The Horgan. Jorge the Horgan.
I feel like Dorgiran is like the kind of animal owner that just names it the type of animal it is.
Yeah.
So like Pikachu's named Pikachu.
Dog.
Yeah. Or dog is dog.
Yeah.
Gorgon is Gorgon.
My dad had a friend that named his dog Dog, but it was Deogee.
Okay.
Like that's pretty great. Anyway.
So extra.
Yeah.
But it's Gorgon the Gorgon, but it's Gorgn. The
Okay.
Gorgon. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Gorgon the Gorgon.
Gorgarin and his Gorgon the Gorgon.
We'll go with Gordon.
He once were a vegan. Now
Anyway,
he
all
wear
right.
a vegan.
He gone
So,
off the rails.
Name it Gorgon,
Rainier,
and then paint a crowbar.
you just start walking in. Is that
Yeah.
right? Okay. So as you're walking, so you have blind sight. So you can't see, but there's like almost like an echolocation kind of effect.
I do also have dark vision.
Up to how many feet?
60.
Okay. So you do see that you get to you get out to like the edges of where the cave wall ends, and you can see that it also just kind of veers to the right.
The whole. Okay.
So you just gotta follow that.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to because it's already. Yeah, I'm stealthy.
Okay. Sure. So, as you're walking in, you see this path that it's kind of vague. Do you stick to the path, or do you
If you
hear?
care, it's a 26.
Yeah,
Another
that's good to know.
Yeah,
Again, 26. This game is brought to you by the number 26.
Right.
Should we follow the cat?
Oh yeah.
Where did the cat go?
You can see my footprints.
Yeah, they're very.
investigating.
Honestly, maybe not with a 26. Maybe you're using your tail to
Sweep 'em.
Floating across.
Except
Except now in the undisturbed dust, there's the swishing pattern.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Listen, all right. It's like snow.
Yeah.
Don't go for the other.
I'm gonna stay on the right because it's curving to the right. I'm gonna go to the inside corner.
To the to where the wall is, or just kind of between the two.
Yeah, like what do you? Oh, so the whole thing is curving right. So kind of in
It is.
between.
And there's a path that's kind of in the center between this where you can see a kind of deviation in the powder in stone. So it veers off to the right as the cavern naturally does.
Yeah. No, I'll say I'm gonna be like halfway between the path and the wall.
Okay, gotcha. On occasion, you feel your foot kind of step on something. You feel it's another one of the kind of misplaced pieces of stone from a statue.
Totally statues.
But as you continue walking, you keep on going for a good 20, 30 feet, and eventually, though, you do see the opposing wall as you're kind of approaching it, and the cavern eventually does end where the path does veer off to the right. But you can see that far wall that as you walk kind of comes into vision. In that though, what's your passive perception?
Not as good. 16.
That's still pretty good.
Oh.
So as you are walking, you see that wall kind of come into place, and that's when your eyes kind of drift for a moment. You see a giant facade of a Medusa's head with this weird kind of cylinder design beneath it. Looks very angry, but it sticks out from the rest of the wall. It's
it's part of the wall.
well, that's the thing. It actually sticks out from the wall. It looks like it was possibly some sort of statuesque carving that was either the wall was eaten away or potentially put up and then hung on the wall itself. Not unlike the Mind Flayer trophy head that we've got on ours.
Nice.
But it's basically like that. It's a big Medusa head, and it's 15 feet tall with this solid 5-foot cylinder beneath it.
And that's
Massive
the
base.
end of the whole corridor thing.
Yeah. So it's in the wall. As you continue walking, the path kind of goes off to the right.
So
In
I can
fact-
keep following the path.
Yeah, if you continue following the path, you're just gonna walk by it, but not immediately near it.
So it's like cavern does this and ends, and then the path kind of.
Do you have a map?
I do have a map, which I
It's
was
about that
say,
time.
you know what? Let's just go ahead and pull up the map for this thing. For
Silly question. Does he have a map?
yeah, I know. I always have maps for.
Can that side please stop insulting our DM tonight?
Right. He's done so much.
You wish you hadn't. Good to know. Good year to space. Yep. All right. So let me zoom out.
He's the best.
We don't know.
Correct. Well, so
No, you're fine.
So you can see the path does kind of open up into another kind of cavernous space, although you don't necessarily see the end of it per se. In a moment, let me get the map adjusted from the stream.
They never are.
Ah, damn it. Hang on. No?
Okay.
One more. There we go.
All right.
The problem is basically that it when it scales according to the TV, it kind of flips a little bit in terms of where the bars are. So if you have it just at the real size, it works, but then there's a tiny little gap, which is fine. But it's technically that the TV itself is 56 point however many inches, and I have it set to 32 by 56. So
Gotcha.
here we are.
Medusa head that
And
way.
for some reason, that changes the grid. I don't know why.
You already said things I don't quite understand.
Fair enough.
So is yeah, here's a good question. Is where exactly is it?
So the Medusa head is.
First the stick.
Yep. Thanks. Good name's stick. You said. It is great.
Oh,
Okay.
Right, that's fine. Yep. So when you walk down that path, you can see it there, and it's not immediately like it's not immediately a path by any means, but you can clearly see it once you get close. I kind of like blurs into the shadows, and then when you get probably I would say within like 40 feet of it, you're like, oh, whoa, okay, yeah.
There's that.
Yeah.
You gonna go investigate it?
is the cylinder like laying under it crosswise or like going up to it?
Crosswise, just beneath it.
Hmm.
There's also kind of like a little kind of rectangular frame above the cylinder beneath the head.
Oh, so there's like a plaque or something.
It's totally not.
I'm gonna go
can't see
up
from this point. Have to probably
to the big face.
Okay.
Dare you to look at it in the eye.
I'm gonna look at the cylinder. Is it like just sitting on something? Is it attached? Like what is it?
So, upon getting closer to it, no perception check required or anything or investigation. You're close enough at this point. You can see that what it actually looks like is that something has been like almost placed into the wall, and the cylinder itself has kind of rigid and grooved space to it, almost like a like one of those turntable or not the winding music boxes, like how you have like the little things that get plucked.
Oh, so
But
it's like a music scroll.
kind of like that, but it's much larger and they're grooves and ridges. So it's not meant to play music. It's meant for some other purpose.
Like key?
Maybe
And then what's you said there's like a rectangular.
a piece above it. Yeah, where so upon getting closer, you can see that this rectangular piece actually has these kind of brackets that fit onto the sides of the cylinder. So it's almost like the cylinders are held in place. Kind of looking at it, it looks like some sort of vehicle almost at this point. If you get close enough to it.
Definitely stand right in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the head's there, and it has this. Looking at it, it's got an angry expression just
What?
Bless you.
framing.
How dare
So
you?
there's just like two vertical bars like holding this weird cylinder in place.
Yeah, it's two bars that hold the cylinder in place that are attached to that metal kind of base structure that the head is.
I'm gonna lift it up.
So it's almost like a giant
Okay.
mine cart.
I'm going to run. If this is the path, I'm going to stay away from the path of the cylinder.
Do you want to use the thing?
I mean, how long is a cylinder?
Yeah, it's 15 foot.
The cylinder is 5 feet wide and it is 15 feet across.
Oh, so I'm not able to lift it up.
It's like a
yeah.
steamroller.
I was going to get to that point.
That's why I was like, I'm confused.
Yeah. Well, it's
So
5 feet like tall, which you already
Yeah.
got. But you got 15
Torgarian
feet
could
wide
lift it.
Torgarian might be.
So
able
it
to lift
looks like a juicer.
No.
it. I would
it looks
think
like a
so.
steamroller.
Steamroller, yeah, it looks more like a
Oh.
A
steamroller.
big,
No,
wide,
so-
15-foot steamroller.
No, in the Driss books, the dwarves use things called juicers, where they just get a bunch of dwarves behind a big ass wheel and roll it down a hallway.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It
looks a lot like that.
Automated. Okay, so you said like it is in this divot right here, essentially.
Correct.
So it goes like that.
Yep.
So
I
it's like
said booty
it's like
trap.
these three squares.
Thereabouts. It's one further over.
I'll be over there so that I'm not in the path
Okay.
of the automated juicer. Yeah, I'll take a nap.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
I'll
Later's
have a
gonna
nap.
Knock out for a few.
I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah.
There's no writing anywhere. Is it on the walls?
You don't
Writing
see any
on the
writing on the
wall.
walls on this kind of structure thing, whatever. you
Not even
call it.
on the square beyond compare.
Which square?
The square plaque looking thing.
I don't know which square plaque looking thing.
I think we thought there was a plaque above the cylinder.
Oh no. Sorry. So it looks more like it was a rectangular base that the head is.
Oh, okay. I'm catching up.
Gotcha.
Is there anything? Is it actually attached to the wall? Is there anything behind it?
When you look at it, it's like it's in the wall.
I want to investigate the edge of it and look if it like pops out or if there looks like slide marks going back in or something.
Okay, yeah, make an investigation check it out.
Tonk and I are gonna move up
Gross.
and provide light.
10.
10.
Am I getting back to back
I
threes?
mean, it's in the wall, but as to how it got mounted, I mean, I'm not entirely certain. It looks like it was a bit of a rush job, maybe. It's in there, but you don't see any sort of like anchor points or anything.
Can I check the structural integrity of the wall?
Yeah, actually. So as you walk closer and you have your light source and kind of walking up, you begin to see the. Actually, tell you what. Give me a perception check.
Bless you. It's going around, folks. It's going around.
You're hearing you absolutely see. It's not going to fall.
Sort of.
23.
Idiot. Sorry. So as you begin to like walk closer and you kind of shine your light source, you see the light kind of glisten off the head as you know it is a little farther beyond than where you can see easily. But you hear that there's a big head in the wall or whatever Rainier shouts out. And as you get closer, you see the light kind of glint off the creature or the head. But
I shout back. It's almost as big as yours.
You then see the eyes begin to actually emit a dull green light
Oh.
until they flash. And you hear this pulse. Can I have everybody roll initiative, please?
Did you have to bring the light?
Yeah.
You blind ass motherfuckers.
blind people without dark vision need to see, man.
Fuck.
Give me that racially superior bullshit.
Just reprogram your eyes like I did.
I don't. How do I?
Can you replace your eyes with like?
Probably could if Tony would allow it.
There are eyes with invisibility. Well, I mean, he's a wolf.
No.
So, like,
It is
replace eyes
elevated in
with,
the wall. I don't have a 5 foot, but it is 5 feet up. But it is a large
Right about there.
head that extends a little further beyond than where that miniature resides. But tell you what, let's go to the actual battle map one. And after full initiative, but before this starts, I'm gonna need everybody that is in this space to make a Constitution saving throw.
Wait, not me.
I assume.
Oh, I'm sorry. So the placing's off by just a little bit. It's gonna need to move over a little bit.
Yeah, my Gorgon. Figured your Gorgon's here. Might as well make use of it.
I was off to the side investigating.
Would have been.
Get done.
Yeah, I would have been.
Yes, actually, if you're like right next to it, that would not apply. Or outside of its
I'd have been
tonal
in the
range.
middle somewhere, never in the back.
Diagonal.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. I want to be right there. Thanks.
You guys would probably be like following behind. You wouldn't be right next to us.
So
So angry at
go ahead and hit my
my last 3 rolls.
Hold on.
3, 3, and 4.
No, I'm never
So a whole 9
alone.
initiative.
So I need.
So I'd probably
so
be
we-
like on the edge of it,
Rolls.
maybe.
Yeah, I've got mine.
Okay, we'll start with you. Board, what you got?
Yeah.
15.
Is August still with us?
Oh look, we're right
August
next.
is-
We were chatting. We were like, "You
You
seen
wanna
these
run August
dodo
or you want me
heads?"
to?
You.
Okay.
I mean, it's
Vadir.
Dirty Talk.
Oh,
Oh,
and-
sorry. You're talking about initiative or this?
Yes.
Oh, initiative was 16.
Okay.
Save was 20.
Cool.
what the hell is his?
Guririn?
16 initiative.
Okay.
Also, how do I roll for the Gorgon?
So the Gorgon is just a standard Gorgon.
Chris, what
You
was
can
your
look it up within
initiative?
D&D Beyond, and he'll have a stat block
What
that
was
you
your
can pull up there
initiative?
as like a monster
9.
thing. You should have access to it, but from like the sharing stuff. Rin.
16.
16. Okay.
How do I?
What
All right,
was
I'm gonna
Ward's
start
initiative?
needing actually the,
Mine was 15.
the combat or the dexterity bonuses. So
Really?
okay, so whomever wants to go first.
+2?
Okay.
We're both +3.
All right, I'm the third. 16.
15.
Okay.
So
Okay.
us.
Got +2.
We got +4.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay, so you can go first.
Well, he did.
Well, I mean,
Right.
but
Wait,
you in
Dexterity. I have
Dexterity.
+2 as well.
Oh
Okay,
wait,
so
you're
whomever wants to go
15.
first between you two.
I thought
'Cause
you
you're
were
also
16.
+2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, So yeah, whoever wants to go between.
Sorry, I thought you said 16.
No,
Rainier,
Okay.
please tell me you're not a 15 or 16.
No, I'm a fucking 9
Okay, well then, hey, that's
with the best initiative in the. fucking
What's
group.
August?
That would be him.
What did August? Get?
What is it? It's a dice plus dex.
Yep.
14.
What's his model? I was thinking.
You're like, I got less than the NPC. What the fuck?
No.
Yeah, kind of. You're like, yeah, pretty much have it.
Do we have a figure for?
I had a little guy with a sword
And
thing around
then-
here. Yeah, we were using it for August.
Vadir or
hey,
Dorgarian?
The good news
Which one
is
of you went
the,
first?
construct is on a 1. So how about that?
Wow.
Vadir
So now
or
9's not
Dorgarian,
so
which one
bad.
of you went first of the two?
No, it's still pretty bad.
What?
Technically,
one
it's
of the
negative,
two
but
of
you
you
can't go
went first?
negative with initiative,
Yeah,
really.
Dorgarian's first.
So
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because then you never go.
exactly.
We're both.
So the flash happens.
Chris!
Well played. Dorgiran, I believe you passed. Did you actually? No, sorry, you hadn't told me what your con saving throw was. I just assumed. I
I
guess.
had not rolled my con yet. I just
Okay.
rolled the Gorgons
Okay, cool. Yeah,
with 9
9. Okay,
because it has no plus to death.
it will be after Rainier then.
All right. And
Right.
then you need a con save from both me and the Gorgon.
Correct. Yeah. If you're in the cone, you gotta roll.
Okay.
Oh no, sadness.
Which I know you placed your miniature outside of the cone ward, but I'm gonna put you inside of it because when you're walking up, that's the trigger.
Well, I was walking up to the wall that was holding it into.
You are walking up to where it would have its path activated though, and because you were the trigger, you hadn't gotten to that point yet.
Okay. Well, then,
Rainier passed because he was stealthy as hell, and it just happened to miss him.
Oh, so it wasn't his annoying light.
Well, that was part of it.
21 on my con.
Okay, so, so you'll be a little further back on your first turn. Not by too much though. Just can you push yourself back like another however many feet?
Yeah, I
into
got
the thing. But you're well over what you.
So I know I got a real con for
That's-
myself, and then also for the Gorgon.
We'll put August into it. Okay, so yes.
Oh, is August in it? Okay.
Yeah, roll con for August.
Do creatures not saving?
They probably don't know.
No?
Yeah.
He failed. It's fucking 8.
Aw.
That is true. So the number to hit's 14. It's not super high, so
Playing 2 characters so I can be more involved, and I'm just failing.
Wah, wah,
Everybody has those
wah.
days.
so you pass. Vadir passes. I'm sure Dorgiran passes.
Give me your dice.
28 for con save.
Give
Oh,
me
for
his
yourself.
D20.
Okay. Yeah.
Give me his D20. Both of them.
Also, actually, is it so? Can you check its immunities though? Is it immune to the petrified effect? Yeah. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Very good. Daruk, I think you already said yours. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll find out. So August is the only one that failed. August just cannot hang with his crew.
He
Okay.
thought he was gonna be such a dangerous.
Right.
Yeah.
That was going to be an HK.
But he is more of a
Yeah.
loser kill.
Yeah.
Don't roll these. Do this one. Only this one. Don't roll this one. Do not roll that
Protocol
one.
droid trying his best, man. All right.
The
So,
voodoo
top of
out of
initiative
here.
order is Badir.
Initiative order?
You're up.
I thought it was Dorgarian.
You guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Right, you guys. I didn't hear the decision. I just had my list.
yeah.
So okay. So the deer is up second. Dorgiran, you're first.
All right. We have attack the door.
Gotta attack the machine.
Yeah.
The big Medusa's head embedded in the wall.
Yeah.
And as the first combat
Alright.
begins, you hear this kind of like low tone grinding sound, kind of turning, and you can see Rainier now at this point, since you're right up there, the cylinders on this creature are turning, and now you realize that this is actually some sort of siege weapon that is embedded into the wall.
Quick, someone stick something in the spokes. Like a mic.
So, Dorgiran, top of the order, you're up.
How far am I away? Machine.
The doors over there.
I meant the machine. You know what?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 65.
Well, go ahead. I would like to move 40 feet and out of the cone.
Okay, you didn't say that beforehand.
You want me to get rid of the cone temporarily?
No,
Okay.
I'm gonna need that.
I don't know if the grid's on it or not. Okay, it is. Cool. All right,
Is it going to continue trying to petrify physicals?
I don't know yet. I'll say this: you see the one flash, and you can hear that hum kind of picking up.
Be around
In addition to the grinding noise from the actual cylinders that are running.
Was it like a camera flash?
Yeah.
You don't know what a camera
Yep.
is.
Out of character?
Oh, nice.
Out of character is more the
What is that?
More
Is
lower
that
He's building
is that
up a
Texas
solar beam.
Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Man,
sound design. So
Right.
integral.
I'm not gonna rage yet.
Okay.
I'm going to use.
Oh, okay, nice, yeah.
Because I got a camera.
Christian, will you remind me to bring up a point after this
All right, so,
combat so,
make
I
the
don't
attack roll.
metagame? Okay.
Probably won't, but I will try to.
Remember who you are.
16 hits.
Wait, is it just Mufasa and the
Mufasa.
song? Do we need to listen to it?
What do you got,
They're
buddy?
almost-
So, question.
Yep.
How do we do it if I had a die that was cocked?
Okay.
So I rerolled it.
Mhm.
And I accidentally get one of the other die.
Oh, well, the first die would be whatever the number was, and then just
Okay. So I gotta go back to the number
correct.
that it was.
He's like, dang.
Yeah. It went from a 1 to a 5.
Right, okay. Gotcha.
So that would be 13 points of radiant damage.
Okay, nice. So, as this, I think for the first time you've cast
This is the first
Crystalline.
time I've used it.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, you see this burst of light come from Dorgirin, which,
So the way I had imagined it was that it says it requires like a small piece of crystal.
yes.
So I probably would
Gems.
have just taken like a small piece of crystal and wrapped it in some like leather
Hmm.
bands and then like tied it around my hand.
Hell yeah.
So essentially just like
Yeah.
Truly
blast.
outrageous.
Yeah,
Or
kind
that,
of.
you know.
Muscle wizard cast this.
So it was 13 points?
13 points of radiant.
Nice. Okay. So, as
Blood
this
from a stone.
burst of light comes from Dorgirin, you see what looks almost like the Iron Man repulsor blast just fire off from him and hit this large construct that's embedded within the wall, dealing what looks like decent damage.
Nice.
And that's not technically considered an attack though, so I don't think
Correct, right. All right, next up is Vadir.
You said there's those two pieces that were like holding the front roller on.
Mhm.
I want to try to blast one of those.
Okay.
Target those specifically.
All right. Got it.
Eldritch blast.
Okay.
That's plus a lot. Is 16 hit?
16 done.
that's what I
So that's 24, 16, and
I thought you meant damage at first, and I was like, Jesus.
ish.
Let me just splash this guy a little bit. Fuck up.
Eldritch Splash does get pretty crazy later in the levels, right?
It's like individual hits per blast, so higher chance of critting, but then
Okay.
also not quite as much.
23 total.
Okay, nice, yeah. So all three blasts hit, and each one of them seems like they definitely strike with full effect. As a good chunk of the kind of rock that's holding it in starts to shift, you feel like you may have just loosened the effect that it had been like embedded into the wall. But you also see that parts of the rock that is actually a constitutional form of itself has fallen off as well.
Oh my.
I'll also move just out of the range of the beam to the right.
Okay, You got it. Somebody else needs it. Unless you got the... What do you want?
Can you move me just to the outside of that beam on the right there?
Rin, you're up next.
How
Well, may work Christian.
far is the beam? What is the distance?
Yes. It's
Yes.
It is, so the flashing, the petrifying gaze that it emits is a 90-foot cone.
Oh, okay. So I'm probably more than 60 feet away from Dorgiran, is what you're telling me?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I needed to know. I couldn't
gotcha.
count the square, so
Yeah.
I'm like, how big's the cone?
I had to do the math on the cone stuff because I was like, hang on, cones get weird. I need to look this up.
It's about to get weird.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to move immediately? Okay. So I'm gonna use a bonus action. Yep. To do my Mantle of Inspiration, and you get 8 temporary hit points, and so does the Gorgon, because he's the only other creature that's really within 60 feet of me. And you can use your react. You can have it too. And then you can use your reaction to move if you want to. Now,
Is the Gorgon on move?
it's whatever your movement is. There you go. Yeah. And then I'm gonna fly this way, just a skosh. Yeah, I'm gonna go back 1 and then to the. Yeah, perfect.
Where would the
That's
Gorgon
good. And then I'm gonna try to hit it with a fire bolt.
Okay. Not to.
Enunciation is important in this game.
Mm-hmm.
An 19.
19 hits.
Monster. 19. And that is 3d10. At least 5, 14, 15 points of fire damage to the Gorgon statue thing.
Nice. Yeah, so with that release of fire energy, it burns it. And though this does look like it's made of stone, full effect.
Nice. I like it when fire works.
Like firework?
Mm-hmm. Baby, you're a firework.
Show 'em what you're worth. Will that be your turn?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
I made it go, oh.
All right, Ward or Daruk, whomever is up first.
I'll go first.
All right.
What is
I will
up?
cast haste on Rainier.
neat. I go vroom.
I go from
And then Punk and I will move. So how close do I have to be within strike?
It is, but it's also only 5 feet above the ground. I didn't have like a 5-foot spot. So if you're within melee of it, like you're within 5 feet of it, then you can hit it. So you do have to be right next to it, unfortunately. But
Is this?
no. So you have to get up 1. Yeah, that'd be close. Yeah.
I touched the butt.
You feel base.
You touched the base, Mom.
Yep, that's my turn. Cast a
Move up?
haste on. Yeah, I moved
Oh,
up and I
okay.
cast haste on Rainier.
Yeah, cool. Daruk.
Try to get outside of this.
I like how your base fits perfectly in that square. It's very pleasing.
Hmm?
Where they say.
Yeah. Me with my stupid round base. And my circular base.
Just like
Not really.
exact.
Yeah, yeah.
Close.
Forgot that's
Hard edges over.
if they would have given me the
August is
options
up
here.
next, by the way.
I would-
And then you.
Do the roll. We didn't know we were going.
Some point.
Just switch them on the fly. Take a quick nap. Yeah, that's how that works.
Power nap.
Burn that
You know
log.
what?
Almost
I'll
literally.
go Cast
Oh, it's back
Shatter.
up. It's back up.
It's not.
I'll cast Shatter kind of
Oh, it has
in
it.
the air away from.
Okay. What does that do?
It does damage.
Oh, great.
To constructs and things made out of stone.
Yeah. Creature takes
Oh.
Double whammy.
thunder damage on a failed save. A creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on saving.
How dare you?
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. Christians
Okay.
that meme.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely going the stealth route then, right?
Right.
Right.
To like 300 yards.
Right.
That's
It's 300 feet.
It just echoes through the halls.
Yeah.
Siege spells are
The minds
badass.
of Moria have awakened.
You fool of an orc.
So I rolled 12.
What's the DC? 17? Just fails because of disadvantage.
Nice.
It does have a high con because it is like, it's bulky, almost vehicle-like structure.
Mhm.
But disadvantage with it. Well done.
Means it's got a lot of HP, guys.
So, how much was it again?
12.
12. Okay. So, yeah, as you see, the physicality of it.
Okay. I don't know.
Did you say it does double damage to?
No, I said
No.
Oh, disadvantage.
Okay. All right.
That is it.
All right.
Shatters a cool
Then
spell.
August is up, and Rainier, you're on deck. So, at the start, I believe, yeah,
Assume it'd be start.
end of his next turn. Okay, so it is. So August is restrained at this point, as his physicality is slowly turning to stone.
So what can I do?
Well, he has his still actions and everything. He's just restrained, so he cannot physically move. Although, hang on.
So it's August. turn.
Shoot him with your predator, bolt caster.
Yeah. So, being that he's restrained, speed becomes 0, and his attack rolls have disadvantage.
I'm gonna try and shoot.
I don't even know what I wrote.
Oh
here.
my god, I rolled double 12s. 21.
That'll hit.
I should have been ready for this.
I almost hope he fails the saving throw, just so work to be like, you getting stoned?
Right? Thought I taught you better than this.
We talked about this.
Did you roll the dice I told you to roll?
Metal and
Oh,
stone.
I had to roll both of them.
Well, I told you not to roll one of them.
Damn right.
Oh,
I believe many
18
bands
damage.
would prove otherwise.
Ozzy.
18?
18.
18. Yeah, okay.
8, 7, and 3.
All right. Go August. And
Woo!
or Rainier's or Lambert's dice.
And
Is
it
he
force
conflicted
damage if it
about hurting
matters.
mommy's
It does,
toy?
yes. So, yeah, as it does.
Oh,
flame.
hold on. Is it considered a creature?
Technically, yes,
It gets pushed 5 feet away.
which it can't. So,
Okay. I was like,
It's in
He
the wall,
hits it,
right?
and it
Yeah.
and it whoosh, and like dust, but
Right,
it
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
Like
actually
it
move.
rocked the wall.
yeah,
I'm sitting here like, how do I move a creature that?
yeah, true.
Because there's no caveat. It just says it moves.
Yeah, I'm gonna change that at some point. Because I realize it's probably a
Medium
little
or small.
Strong. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
I go up to large. This is a huge creature.
Okay, huge.
Yeah, I would say.
It's a
I mean,
huge
large and
bit.
smaller makes sense because it is an
Absolutely.
cannon.
Right, exactly. And like, if you shot an ogre, like the ogre might be like,
Right.
if you shot a giant, it might be like, bitch.
Little springy bastard.
Weird way to knock August, but okay.
3 whole minutes.
Okay, so that's. I mean, that's all he can can do. Oh, he needs to roll a save.
Con save, yes, please.
Oh, that's a 19 on the dice. So,
Yeah, we
Oh.
save. So the effect ends.
What did I
completely.
tell you?
Shake it off. Shake it off.
he can't move because it turns over. Okay.
Correct. All right. So with that, Rainier, you are up.
Rainier is
Oh,
up.
fantastic! Hit myself for max damage.
Absolutely.
Always.
Oh,
When do you not?
frost, fire, radiant.
Remember the old Final
It's
Fantasy
out of
VII?
like,
Crossfire.
I have it. I'm just gonna go radiant.
He's cutting himself with the Buster Sword.
So
Fireworks, by the way.
I
Just
mean,
saying.
but my go-to is this. So I'm now glowing radiant.
Okay.
Shut
You said it.
Hey, man, you live your life.
Yeah.
No, you won't.
oh right, I'm also Speedy Boy. Need to look that up.
Yeah, you're hasty, guy.
That's only an extra action, right? I say
Only
only
one more attack, yeah, but
Extra
also
attack.
other actions though, which is
Yeah.
the bigger thing, I think. Personally,
I agree.
like taking, I think you can do dodge even as haste, which like disadvantage
Can you
on all
also
attack
do
rolls
dip?
for the next round? Hell yeah.
Honestly, I
Can
was
you also
hoping
do
more
dip?
for. I would trade that action for bonus action. Whatever. I'm going to stab it 3 times.
Your
Kill
speed is
Surprise.
doubled.
The Kel Surprise. What a
What's
surprise.
Your speed is doubled, +2 to AC.
Yeah.
Has advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Yeah.
And it gains an additional action
That's
on each
useful.
of its turns.
Oh yeah, no, I got the whole tab open because
Oh,
I appreciate it.
I needed to read for myself. I just cast things. I don't read what they do.
There you go. I've gotten it enough times that I keep it.
Spellcaster.
Right.
I get it. I get it.
All right.
Jibbity bobbity, giving this up.
This one sounds cool. Let's try it.
What do I need to hit? 7. Hold on.
Clip that so I can turn that into a soundbite.
So
Bibbidi bobbidi.
all,
Give this up.
all of them are 17 and above.
Yeah, they all hit.
Pew, pew, pew.
oh,
What did you
I did
roll
not.
to hit? Were they
So-
all high?
17 was the lowest.
Okay. Drop that
I did
down.
not actually plan this out, so I did not have everything out yet.
Take forever, Lamb.
Oh, don't even.
17 total or 17?
I mean, just look at Ward's turn. I was like, I cast, I move, I'm done.
I usually am good. I forgot to get on my dice. That's all.
That's true. Gorgon is up next.
Was a fair
All
point.
right. So
Oh, Gorgon.
Good old Gordy.
For Shorgan.
weapon,
Gorgon the Gorgon. Oh,
The
yeah.
Gorgon, the Gorgon.
frost,
Gorgon
radiant, and
This is gonna be bouncing back and forth until one of you uses it.
We're on a roll tonight.
Oh!
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
so between piercing, frost, and radiant, do you care if anything's broken out, or can it all
no
go together?
vulnerabilities against either of those because you have magic weapons. So all the
Okay.
same.
So then 10, 21 plus
21?
21 plus 7, so 28 on the first hit.
Oh boy.
It was all max damage.
Okay, yeah.
Oh boy.
boy.
Ew, this one's much worse. 5, 11, 18.
Much worse. Still 18 points of damage on one attack.
Well, let's see what
That's
that's
a nerf your ass, man. Jesus.
8 plus 3 is what? Oh my God, why am I?
11.
Oh, 8, 10, 11. Her same to 18.
18.
I don't even have any of my other little addeds going yet. Because
Well,
I had to waste a bonus action.
others worse for the wear. All right, that be it for your turn.
Yeah.
Thank God. Jake, the Gorgon is up.
Do you want me to use action surge and
No.
kill it?
No, I don't. You
Do I
can
get-
if you want.
Do I get
but
all 3 attacks?
You know what?
again?
We're moving on from you.
No, not how that works.
Jake, the Gorgon's up.
Okay.
Jorgen.
Now it is 5 feet in the air,
Gorgon.
so the Gorgon probably could still make a gore attack, but it can't do any like its.
The thing's 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Make it take a bite out of crime. Scruff, McGruff,
is
Chicago.
I'm assuming it is because it's a rock.
One
It's a
could. I'll say this though: you haven't seen the creature itself, or really haven't investigated the form of it. It's a fair bet.
Bet.
Even with a barbarian.
God,
you take so long.
Piercing or
Is a Gorgon magical?
No, it's not.
All right. Go ahead and guess. Okay.
What a rock would be vulnerable to, and would be most
Yeah.
effective. I
I'll say
guess?
this. So for the record, whenever you have like any sort of creature that is running with you, if it's just a normal creature or NPC or whatever, unless explicitly stated that it's using a magical weapon, its attacks are considered non-magical for the purpose of damages and resistances.
So it means we have to tip its horns into something. With something. Or melt down some magical weapons.
Such a thing is possible. I think one.
Cap the horns with like a magical.
Right.
Your character that had something like that? No, it was a different one. Sorry. I had a. I think. For what? It's probably because my brain's just like trying to mesh two characters together. But I gave somebody frost-tipped horns, where they went to. Where we had an encounter where they went to the winter plane. They did the whole. We did the whole winter thing, and then he asked for that.
That's kind of cool.
So, boop boop, and then you could deal frost damage on top of it too.
Boop boop. Ba-doop,
You're
boop.
giving me an idea for like what for when I actually get to go to the Feywild and meet Luciana. Give me moon horns.
Some moonstone capped horns.
If you're wanting something like that, you know, we'll cross that
We'll
bridge
talk.
then. Yeah.
Press that portal.
Literally?
Yeah.
Portal.
Cross that plane exists. Yeah.
We'll get to that hither when we dither.
I'm assuming you're with the Gorgon to move.
Yeah, it's gonna move up. And then I'm going to
He's making moves.
hoof it.
Oh.
Oh. He's
Oh.
gonna hoof it. I mean, come on.
Go, buddy.
No, it's him.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've already got. Don't forget you have your.
Oh,
your,
I haven't done.
Oh,
forgot.
you
I just
bastard.
my permanent inspiration.
You do, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
So
the
you're
thing. A number.
rolling up
I
to
would have given it to you too for that last session too. But you guys have actually stacked up a bunch of perma inspirations. So
You need to tally
So
we'll
you're
those.
see how this goes.
Yeah, with the Gorgon is going.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Gorgon's up.
It's Jorgen's turn.
I imagine like when it's like romping up, it farts like a horse, it kicks and
This little green puff.
yeah.
Every time.
It's a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. Yeah.
Just barely.
Beats.
Yeah.
Pretty hard.
That's a sweet mini too for that
You wouldn't know.
Gorgon.
We just do that.
That's a sweet mini for that Gorgon. Oh really?
He is good. He is damn good.
9 points of bludgeoning.
He's conflicted about it because it's another construct.
Yeah, that petrifies.
Yeah.
He
wants to eat
We
it.
could be friends in another life.
Like,
Yeah, there you
man,
go.
are we related? I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, they are both Gorgons in some sense, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know why I'm hitting my food.
All right. Would that be it for the for Gorgon the Gorgon's turn?
Yeah.
Cannon.
All right.
Do you know Charlie?
So at the end of turn one, the conflict is now
Mildred's
finally up. So it's giant gear, and so for clarity, it is wrecked. A lot of bits of its constituted form have just broken off at this point, but it still has just barely enough fighting strength to have one last thing.
What are we
Bless
calling it, Tony?
Yeah.
This creature, it is Medusias Juggernaut.
Juggernaut.
Oh, hey, I called it.
I know, right? Because there's also a theme to it. As
Oh God.
juts out from the wall,
It's a bitch.
it
It's
is going to.
unstoppable.
Let me find exactly how much movement it has. I believe it's decent. It is. Tell you what, it is going to. There's a pretty decent line to the left. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna do it anyway. So it is going to come out of the wall. It's gonna land on the Gorgon. I need the Gorgon to make a dexterity saving throw,
You know who I am?
and it is going to turn and then run right towards the deer.
What the shit? I went over there because of this.
But
And
when
we
it
went over
lands-
here because it was a 50-50 shot.
When it lands, it's going to do another petrification blast out first. So I need everybody on this side. You know what? It's not gonna. At the angle, it'd probably just be these three. That's gonna try to run over this one.
So Gorgon got a nat 20 on that deck save.
It saves them. So as we'll start this part first before we move on to the
Man, it
next.
knows how to tuck and roll.
Apparently.
Shit.
So as these huge cylinders start churning, you can see these bits of rock just start getting ejected from the wall. possibly from some of the spells that have been cast against it, possibly because it is now fully in combat. It finally dislodges itself and falls outward, and almost revving like engine comes off.
Monster truck rally!
Gorgon the Gorgon is dexterous enough to see this happening and dives out of the way. Does maybe a bull roar, barrel roll kind of thing.
He
A
does a
bull
fire jump.
roll
He's jet powered.
out of the way. Yep. But it lands. As it does that, then this blast of energy comes out. So I need Vadir, Dorgirin to make another set of Constitution saving throws.
Clip
What's
it.
up?
You said
Press your clip button.
Sorry. I'm not pressing the clip button.
Okay.
Rainier, Vadir, Dorgirin to make another Constitution saving throw.
Jorgen the Gorgon is just like, I knew you were related to
Okay.
Tammy.
Damn it.
I didn't get it.
Is that a spell?
No,
Please.
it's not. Okay.
15?
Okay, so Vadir and Dorgirin, both 15s?
Yeah.
Just save. Unfortunately, Rainier, you do not.
Okay.
So, as you are now restrained, as you can feel the stone.
Oh wait, you said Constitution, right?
Correct.
It's a 14.
Okay, so
I thought you said 14 was the number to hit.
15 just saves.
It's 14 was the first one.
No.
On the
Okay.
first round. Oh, on the first round you said it was 14.
Well, right. Wait,
Okay.
no, hang on.
It's fine. It's whatever. I still failed.
Well, meats beat, so
Oh,
you
no,
would
no,
still
sorry,
fail.
Meat beats, right, yeah. Yep. Brains backwards. Been a long day for me before all this. I had an overnight last night, so I'm running a little bit on fumes too. But
Okay.
yeah, I want to still try. I was like, I'm excited about this. We're gonna run the game. Internally, wasn't telling you all that, but now you know. So, Lambert, you do save. So,
Yay.
nobody's restrained, but you do hear the wheels of this large construct start turning quite rapidly as it then almost juts out violently and shoots towards the three. There's no attack roll made. It is trying to just strictly run you over. So this is a dex saving throw to try to dodge out of the way. The same one that was made from Gorgon the Gorgon.
So,
Wheels on the
I was around and
yeah,
round. No fair. We were all gonna say it.
so
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do that attack for opportunity with my sentinel thing. And if I hit it, does it reduce its movement to 0?
That does. Still does, yeah. So, tell you what, before you make the rolls, let's find out if Ward stops it. Because this could be quite cinematic.
Kind of knock the axle off this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, weaken one.
Are you seeing this right now? I'm using my
Inspiration?
yeah,
Okay.
to reroll.
You get a
I can
natural
do
one?
that. Yeah, I got a 1.
Fuck that. Yeah, yeah. Inspiration for sure.
So 19.
19 hits.
Okay.
Go and roll damage.
You kidding me? 6 damage.
Here's the thing, 6 damage is just enough.
Oh, perfect.
You guys like dealt a lot of damage to it within one round.
So I'll describe it.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So I got a warhammer.
Yeah.
So I flip it around to the hook side and I grab the axle and I'm like, no, you don't. And I dig my heels into the ground and just rip the axle from it. And it falls
Absolutely.
forward and crumbles.
Yeah. So as it like fully almost disintegrates in just a bunch of rock and rubble, it coats Rainier in a good healthy dusting of rock. No damage though, obviously. As you kind of like leap out of the way, you just feel this cloud of dust kind of coat over you briefly. We'll say Dorgirin too, since you're also kind of in the path and it was ramping up. But as it all crumbles and falls apart into just a bunch of stone debris, no damage taken into it. Creature is fallen.
Oh, so we got stone.
There we go. Did I say Vadir again or did I say Dorgirin?
I finally got a kill. You know how long it's been since I've got a kill?
All right, yeah.
Used to taking hits, not giving.
Right. Off the punching bag, man.
All right, we'll get rid of that, and we will resume play.
Oh,
So-
right.
With the Juggernaut actually stopped at this point. Jokes about X-Men stuff.
Yeah.
It was a bitch.
What's that?
Was a bitch.
It
Yeah.
was, yeah. That was so bad. The Deadpool 2 was so much better,
Right. Oh yeah.
but also voiced by Ryan Reynolds. so
By
what do you expect?
far.
Anyway, right. So as right, yeah.
The music alone for that.
Oh my god, if I didn't get probably DMC for that, I probably would have tried to. I should have thought about finding it for this, but at the same time, in retrospect, like I probably would have some sort of like, yeah, you can't play that, man. Gotta think
Damn.
of. Anyway, all right. So as the creature is fallen, you have still your path ahead of you.
Anything interesting in the remains of the rubble on us?
As you dig through it, make an investigation check, and somebody else may as well.
Same though.
Same but different.
Same.
Same but same.
22.
Dirty 20.
Okay. As you kind of like sift through the bits of kind of rock and remnants of the creature, you do find that there is what looks like some kind of core to the device that this construct once was. The core itself is made of this kind of like rune carved rock. It's about the size of like what would be a globe, you know, about yay big. But it has these like arcane runes and kind of what looks like an infused, either maybe crystalline or some sort of potentially like just magically infused mineral inside of it.
Okay.
As best as you can discern, I'll say this freely, does not look like it's Doreen, and then predates that.
Okay.
But it's unique.
May I?
Pick it up and toss it to Vadir.
I was gonna. Go ahead.
What do we put that in
It's
the
the core.
inventory?
As Vadir looks at it,
Yes, this is a core, obviously.
Oh, looks interesting. You know more about this magic-y doodad than I do.
Bibbidi bobbidi, I don't know. See, I don't know movies.
Man.
yeah.
I take it. I adjust my monocle. Roll an Arcana check.
Yes.
Would you like me to cast Identify on it?
Don't you dare.
All right, I won't.
Yet. We want Order to figure it out. Let him
All right.
cook. Let him cook.
Rin just starts doing loop-de-loops.
Okay, ramen noodles. So just-
Yep.
And we don't ask for direction.
17. So this definitely predates like kind of your designs in terms of Tonks and everything. But you see there's some overlap. This is more of the kind of more naturally occurring arcanomancy that could be infused with like more of a nature aspect. Harkens back kind of to the sentinel you encountered in the Torrentine Woods, but slightly different in its form. It's slightly more elegant and more intricate.
But there is machinery around it. Yeah.
It's not machinery, but more like arcane bindings.
Okay.
So it looked like it was probably leveraged by this as some sort of power source, but you also detect what are like kind of vague remnants of kind of the regenerative properties that now Tonks has.
Oh, okay.
Stronger, but at the same time unknown. There's something about there that you don't quite understand.
If I had a tongue, I'd lick it.
Make Tonks eat it.
Right. Eat this.
Imagine you like,
Right.
that core.
He's like, ah. He's got that
Does it unhinge its jaw like a snake?
nose, you know.
If you don't eat it, I'm gonna open up and
Poor songs. All right.
It's like the reverse heart pull from Indiana Jones. Just put it one in.
I mean, I'll kind of bind it in some rope and then tie it to my side and let
Okay.
it clank along my butt cheek as we walk.
Cool. Good detail. Right on.
we have bags for that.
Oh, we do. Okay.
We have like 2 bags of holding.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll wear it because I want it
Okay.
to be handy just in case. Who knows?
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure. I want to detonate a core
Right. You never know. We might get into some shit,
barrel.
and I'll be like, "Hey, shoot this." Throw it.
Fluffernutter.
Could be something along all of what you're talking about.
We'll find out.
So, as you continue onward,
I guess that way, right? I guess this way looks closed off.
right? So, venturing over towards this way, you do see that it does end at a dead end. Though you can see at this point some little divots. Will look like, or not? I shouldn't say little. That is juxtaposition. There is a probably pretty wide divot in the path of this kind of graveled, pummeled stone that it has become this kind of powder that fills the area.
So like little moon craters or something? Not little,
but
I mean, like,
one solid one where you kind of look at it and you realize this probably is where that juggernaut may have originally resided before it got embedded in the wall.
ah,
So kind of very, 15 feet wide, long, just kind of straight path with what looked like kind of the divots that I was speaking to are the actual places where the juggernaut probably rested at one point.
okay. So with context clues, we're assuming that this thing battered down the doors, then dusted everyone and rolled them over.
My guess is
Maybe.
it was probably always on this side of the doors.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because he just said that's the bay that it was probably chilling in before it got stuck.
How did
Ooh,
you
actually,
get into
what is
the
the-
wall?
What does the bay look like where it came from? I mean, it's square.
The bay is, this is kind
It's
of
over
like,
here.
it's like a small kind of, I say relatively small. It is it's a 20-foot wide space within
Small.
this cabin that is carved walls, so it is worked stone. It's not full on carved in the sense that it is, sorry, shouldn't say that. It's not worked stone in the sense that it is like a dungeon wall, but it is carved. So it is cut out a space to reside for this.
It's like hewn from the cave.
But it's
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
just a
No longer
20
naturally
foot
occurring. but
cabin.
Effectively, yeah.
Nothing.
I don't think it needed a charger.
No. It's not a Tesla.
Didn't have any rails to launch it.
How did you get into the wall, my friend?
Right. It's like it came up against something that was just like, how about I just put a wall around you? You stop moving.
No, it's a
Yeah,
trap.
like
It's a sentinel.
does the wall look like it was just stuck up there, or
Was
did
it a built wall?
does it look like
I'm gonna make a.
brick?
it was
or-
magicked up there?
That'll require an investigation check.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
I'm
'cause
great at that.
That's what I was originally gonna do anyway.
Whatever
Okay.
blew the doors.
Do you want to
down,
assist Ren or?
Yeah, I'll
into
assist
the
her.
wall.
Okay,
That's
you
the-
can roll too.
Sweet.
I know it's not actually what happened, but it is a cool thing.
Investigation. I had it and then I lost it. Like I couldn't even
There it
see the
went.
word. 15 plus 2, 17.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 16. So.
Okay. Nice. So, Ward, as you're kind of assisting Ren, Ren, you're able to piece these kind of pieces together a little bit more and kind of run past Ward. Looking at the wall, it looks like this construct was embedded into it pretty forcefully. You don't see like it is a hewn, not well, more of a naturally occurring wall, but looking at it, there's like clear signs of what looks like impact. That likely something took this and shoved it there to not be a problem.
So it's pretty much what you said.
The thing that I said wasn't how it happened. It's how it happened.
So it got shoved into the wall either to get it out of the way or to point it at the door.
Potentially either way, yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe this is a long shot. I think Tiberius had a bone to pick with Medusias.
Based on the potential dragon foot out there.
Yeah, and the fact that something jammed this giant thing into the wall.
Do you think that Kyvereth is flying around footless now? Yeah, because if that was Kyvereth's foot, it would
It was
still
a
be
footprint.
It's a
It was a
foot.
mark-
Oh, it's a
footprint.
footprint.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought there was like a stone dragon foot out there. I was like, did he lose a foot in the battle?
He might have.
You know, canonically, that would have been really funny too. To have just one of his feet there, and he's like, "This motherfucker!"
With the stump. How
That's really
dare
good.
you?
Sorry.
Yeah.
well.
There was also that red that we tells about, like distant the myths we heard about. There was like a giant red dragon too.
Oh yeah, that is ringing a bell.
Maybe one or the other. It's like the
I
only-
believe you. I'm just saying I don't.
well,
It's
it's
the, only,
when
it's the only one we'd heard tales about outside, then we found out about it.
right. We were telling somebody about the man that shot out from where the portal where
That's where Tiberius was at.
right. Yeah.
Plasma.
Plasma. We're plasma, and we're telling somebody about that, and they're like, "Oh, we thought you were talking about this other dragon that there's rumors been going around, the
Yeah,
red
there's
one."
The giant red. That was like in prison.
I thought that was I thought they were one and the same. I thought Kavareth was the big red dragon that was imprisoned. No? Oh, okay. Well, then there's more than one dragon. There's definitely more than one dragon, but now there's really more than one dragon. I can tell you what, it's not a Shara.
Right,
Totally not the same.
Who's the Shara?
right. We don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't remember what her fake name is now.
Oh yeah, did have a fake name now, doesn't
She
she?
does, but I also don't remember.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll look
Is
at
it
the notes later.
Rachel?
Well-
That sounds right.
Rishar?
Something like that.
Rorschach.
Rashir? Shakira.
we did joke about
La 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 la.
That's her just walking around in a cow now.
So Ward and Tonk are gonna continue on and light the way. You know,
Okay.
we'll go ahead and move ahead of
Shira.
everyone and start going down.
Shira. Shaira.
Shaira. That's
Shair, that was it.
Shaira.
So, as Ward leads the path,
Her hips
you
don't lie.
walk towards the kind of the way that kind of natural path curved to the right. You now see a set of metal doors, and they are even more imposing than the stone ones that have been embedded in the ground. However, one clear difference between them is that there is not some sort of doorway, but rather a hole that's been created that is pried inward. You see what looks like a giant metal door that has been pierced through and being both bent and pried inward. Something came.
Oh, damn. I'm gonna add
Something big.
It is about a good 10-foot radius at its core, if not maybe larger.
like a
Probably close to
10-foot
15.
cannonball was just shot through it.
Well, 20 at that point.
Yeah.
The radius, yeah. So 20 feet in diameter in terms of like this hole that's been punctured in the center of it, with the bottom piece is also kind of blown outward, or inward, I should say.
Dang.
However, walking in, past perception, Daruk, you notice that there are,
You like saying the number.
I just said the number because I thought you were asking.
oh yeah, no,
My bad.
I was thinking past perceptions, you know it. I actually, you know what, I need everybody's past perception. Beyond just, so I know you get it. It's like everybody else though.
16.
Yep. Above,
17.
I should say above a 20.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it's for sure me.
Above 20 still?
21.
20, 21?
21.
Okay. Not where you're in?
Mine's 7.
17. Not quite. Okay. So you two notice that as you're walking towards this metal door, as Ward kind of points out, like, something happened. You both passively notice there are two kind of small alcoves carved into the walls, the cave walls themselves, the rock ones, on both opposite sides of the door. And within those spaces, it looks like there's some sort of like small little divot that is a piece to place something within.
But the piece you can place at the top.
You don't see anything there in particular, no, but it looks like there's some kind of like a socket case.
So the giant Gorgon head didn't have any like jeweled eyes or anything?
I did not know.
Okay.
I want to go look at the
The
sock.
sanctity of this
You go
place
look
has
around that.
been
Okay.
Yeah.
So make an investigation check.
Okay.
You can call for aid if you like.
Written calls for it.
And beacons of ward are lit.
Oh, guidance.
Well, so I should say not
God.
investigation. Perception would work.
Oh, that's way more fun. Okay, 19 perception.
Okay.
And then at word, if you want to roll, you can roll too.
I tell you what, we'll get a roll from Daruk too, and if you want to help, if anybody else wants to help out with that side, that's fine.
I heard someone say
I was helping Red, so I'll help Drew. 32. Never mind.
32. Okay.
Huh?
Cool.
I was helping you.
Okay. You're helping me?
Yeah.
What, you're going to roll?
Roll again.
Roll again.
Not rolling my perception.
That was
Can't
worse.
perceive things.
I'm blind, except not.
19.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I did rework the aura. So it is a D. Sorry, that's the other thing I forgot to mention. It is a D4 now, so it is guidance effectively, but it is skill checks and saving throws. Still the same radius though.
But
No
inside
attacks.
combat.
Correct. Well, no, not just psychopath.
Oh, okay.
But it was only like one. I may want to write that it's one per minute, but I kind of like the way it is now because it's not like it doesn't help in combat necessarily. Outside of the saving throw stuff, which will be used.
Okay.
But it's D4, so it's like an aura of guidance effectively, but a little extra.
I'll have to figure it out later because it's not up to you.
Gotcha. It may not have. You may have to. We'll work on that. But it's a D4 now. So if you wanted to assist with this check. So, Drew, as you walk over to this area, you know what? I'm gonna say you just because it's fun, you would notice it. You absolutely would. But the circumstances are funnier to say it this way. You find as you just kind of are looking more socketed space within this alcove, you accidentally kick what looks like a crystalline figurine on the ground. And as you kind of go to pick it up, it is a beautiful crystal amethyst spike.
Something tells me we're looking for a similar statue that looks like a snake.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It is immaculate,
it's
though.
like a
It is,
snake.
this is exceptionally done.
Ward is going to study it.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
like study it, but I'm admiring it. I'm drawing sketches of it because I like to make craft
Jeweler's kit,
figurines.
yeah.
I was actually gonna say, work. Or what do you make of this? I guess.
So I could tell it was finely crafted
What
out
would
of
you do?
what
Would you
material?
do?
This
Would
would be
you do?
amethyst.
You could,
Amethyst
you could do
material.
anything.
Yes. But it is
Smooth and
it is
polished and
deep and rich, and there are like no imperfections in the amethyst that was used for this.
wow.
It is a rare find to say.
Yeah, I adjust my monocle like a jeweler would.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's immaculate. Should I roll any sort of check on it to Actually, I will whip out my jeweler's tools
Hey.
and kits. I'm gonna whip it
You're
on
gonna
out.
whip out your jewelers.
Jewelers. Run them jewels, baby. Yeah, and I am gonna use
You're gonna whip out
little
the family
magnifying thing
jewelers
to
kit.
see if I can see any tool marks, even on not a microscope, but however much a jeweler's
Sure.
eyepiece would allow you to focus in,
Okay.
magnify.
Sure. So this would be intelligence check plus proficiency bonus. So,
Intelligence.
because this is essentially a tool check. So because you're proficient with your jeweler's tools, and it is an intelligence-based check because you're looking for like the craftsmanship of intricacy. You're looking for effectively what would be somebody who is very knowledgeable of what they're working.
And you said plus my proficiency bonus.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 60.
16. So as you're kind of detailing this and looking for any sort of markings, it's a weird process. Though I mean, this is clearly a cut kind of little. Should say little. It's
Statuette.
It's about a 1x1 statuette of this spider. And as you're looking at it, you don't find any sort of clear like cuts that would speak to like any sort of abrasion marks. Either this took an incredibly long amount of time to make, that they were polishing out any sort of scratches or anything, or this was made by a craftsman of the highest ability.
Okay. But I can rule out that it wasn't created via magic. Like someone set a amethyst down and they were huzzah.
Honestly, you're not certain.
Okay.
Like it speaks so highly of the craftsman that made it that there could very well be somebody that grew this magically or created it magically, or that they are just that talented.
Wow. Like to meet this person and shake their hand.
Just
So-
on the off chance, I'm gonna check the other slot to see if the other statue is kind of around that.
Fair enough. I believe Rin was looking over in that area first, though.
Sorry.
So, what'd you get for your roll?
19.
19. With Fidier's help.
Yes.
Yeah. Vidier's help gave
Oh,
her the
Vidir
19.
T4. Yeah, no.
23.
23.
Okay,
With
that'll bump
Vidier's
you up then.
Extra assistant.
So, similarly, as you hear Daruk around your shoulder, like, guys, there's this really amazing spider thing here. You start kind of like sifting through
Amazing
the dirt
spider
in
thing.
front of sifting through the dirt in front of the alcove, and you find a similarly beautifully crafted, immaculately crafted, coiled spider. I'm sorry, coiled serpent that has the head kind of come up, where it is made out of jade. So it's beautiful green, crystalline statuette.
Is anybody looking at me?
Vidir would be.
Are you gonna steal it? Snake.
Take back and forth with Jerry. Thank you.
You guys think so, like, these rocks?
Huh?
This? Well, we assume
spin around
there's a second, but we don't know what it is.
Oh, you're right. There's another socket over there.
Another.
Shit.
What? Oh, look at that. There's another one of those.
Here, do you want to put that one in this? I mean, if it's probably opened the door,
I mean,
I don't really think we need to worry
I was
about
gonna
that.
say,
Usually like just air kind of moving through it.
this man, I wonder if there was another defense activated, deactivated.
Do you think you really need both
No, I don't
to do
really
it,
think I
or?
really worry about that.
Yeah.
It looks like something took care of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mhm.
At least he wins in case. Maybe there's another socket.
How about this? With my roll in my jeweler's kit, could I
Yes, we should take
estimate
that
the price
one
this thing would go
statue
for?
Yeah, for sure.
with us.
We'll come back. So as you assess the amethyst spider, now amethyst is a relatively common occurring
This craft.
crystal. It's not super rare. However, craftsmanship and the degree to which imperfections are completely void from this. You would guess it would probably be somewhere in the realm of like amongst a decent market, probably about 1,000 gold pieces. Which, granted, you guys are obscenely rich at this point, but that's a big lot.
Yeah.
Right. We could donate this to an orphanage or something. An art museum.
Yeah.
You belong in a museum.
Tattoos won't pay for themselves.
Or
Right.
we could use it to decorate the house in Inuktau.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, if we found another one, it could also decorate the house in Inuktau.
Watch Ward just be haunted by this, and he just like scoops up all the amethyst and jade that he can, and is trying to like recreate it. And it's just like, it's garbage. It's just not the same.
The Furred books where the dwarf makes the one masterpiece thing for his life, and then like just slowly loses his will to live because he's like, I can't do it anymore.
Nobody's ever gonna top this. Not even me.
Why even try?
So, as you pocket the statue,
We're not gonna put these on the pedestals and see if it does anything other than open the door that behind us.
What do you mean these? We found
Okay,
one.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
You know what? I think we need a sleight of hand check first.
I was gonna say, Daruk with his passive perception, is like, you're in. Wink, wink.
Is she still high on aura juice over here?
I have problem.
Okay.
What you get?
14.
14.
It doesn't beat like
I don't think anything's passive
It
perception.
beats mine.
But he already knows about it.
she do that. I'm assisting. She gets advantage.
Oh yeah, weren't you like
you know what?
the
I'll
worst
give-
thief
I'll
in your
give you
village?
that. Sure.
Bulk.
But no reaction at this point for
My
the
bulk is there.
yeah, for the
Yeah,
port.
it's too soon.
No, that's worse.
Okay.
My bulk did not assist.
So if anybody wants to say anything, they can.
Not gonna say anything.
You were looking over there. You weren't even over here.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Wait, you're not a giant spider right now.
I could be.
That's what I said right now.
Go help your dumb horse through the hole.
Without a horse.
Of course.
Of course.
There we go.
Gorse.
Jorgen needs help from the hole.
Which, admittedly, there's a 5-foot gap at the base of it that, like, the whatever came through here created just haphazardly, like they're blowing through this metal defensive barrier. So you're able to walk through it. But admittedly, things that are larger might have a little bit of a squeeze through kind of space, but your Gorgon could get through it.
Yeah, it's gonna have to get on its like extra knees. And...
Right. So let me ask this, since this is a fair question. Since we've talked about passive perception a bunch, how about passive investigation, which should also be listed on your character sheet just nearby?
12.
Got it.
Okay. Oh, I thought you was 6.
6.
Didn't know that. Was
He's like, I got a 5.
right.
I mean, technically, it's
17.
17. Okay, so 16, right?
17.
17. 50. Sorry.
12.
12. Okay. And 10. Okay. Good year. Right. Thank you.
18.
18. Okay. So it was 15 and above is check to notice. As you're walking through this, assuming you're passing through the metal doors at this point,
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing these doors here? This door
Yes.
Okay.
and that's where you notice that there's, a significant amount of damage to it, as we've discussed. With the
Big old hole blown
being
through.
punched through.
Big old hole.
For those that are 15 or above, while walking by you, and this is not perception, this is more just like you passively looking for any sort of clues that may come up about what could have done this, you see that there are, again, 15 and above, the tiniest fragments of items, some blood, potentially even some meat, and maybe a few scales left behind.
What kind of scales?
So,
Pay fiend or undead.
yeah, no faith fiend or undead in this case. Well played, though, sir.
Dragon or dragon.
So, they are high up enough that the 5-foot space where you're at is not going to be sufficient, so you're going to need somebody to actually retrieve them. Somebody
I
who's
have
a
a
little bit
broom.
taller.
Someone who
Hey.
could fly.
Or I was gonna,
Yeah,
No.
either you three.
You don't see
I'm
it.
gonna
You don't
jump
see
and
it.
or
You can point it
climb.
out, though.
No. These are mine.
You know what? So we'll do this. So Durgirin, if you wanted to reach up and grab him, you're more than welcome. But Rainier, if you want to do a little hardcore parkour, you can make an acrobatics check to kind of like bounce off the doors to retrieve whatever bits you can.
Parkour, parkour.
Rin's gonna
26.
Okay.
fly up and watch him go, and she's just gonna be like laying on her broom.
Yeah, for sure.
The one who's stealing things,
So-
suspicious of people stealing
Right, yeah.
things.
So as most of the party kind of moves through, a few members kind of look up like, wait a second. That's when you kind of like parkour up, and you just see Rin kind of take notice of that and kind of fly back down with you, like on her broom. So you retrieve. Specifically, let me ask this: if you're trying to get these pieces, what specifically are you aiming to get?
I don't know what's there.
Blood,
Oh.
meat, or scale? You can choose one of the three.
Oh.
Blood.
Delicious.
This is going to be the only. I'll say there's one more check after this.
Scales.
Yeah, I was going scales.
Scales, okay.
That seems most identifiable.
Yeah, scales will tell
Well,
more than.
and that's what I'm asking.
Can I taste the blood?
No,
There might be.
Give it a little lick as you backflip.
Yeah. Kind of iron.
Yeah.
So
Pennies.
a little spicy. So of the scales you retrieve, you find three distinct colored features. You find red scales, you find blue scales, and you find copper scales.
Oh, we're America.
That's no good.
Not quite, but yeah,
Are they all relatively the same size or are they different sizes?
they're the exact same size. Kind of look at them closely.
Were they in like one clump also, or were they separate?
Or did he do like a snatch, snatch, snatch?
I'd say they're snatch.
Was this like just a cliff they were on?
What size?
They're
How
in
we
the
talking?
door.
You just tell me
In
when.
the door.
So
Yeah.
like, think of a big metal
Really?
door.
Let me
a
start.
Big hole in it, and the metal's frayed like this,
Mhm.
like
And
because it
they're
was
like
blown
caught
this way.
in parts of the metal.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, they're caught on the shards that you
Mhm.
know they're
Uh,
protruding.
How big are they?
One multi-card, right?
Right.
Chimera!
Multiple. Right?
Chimera!
I don't like either.
How big are the
Yeah.
scales? You
See
just tell me when. Tell me when.
Oh my God, scales.
I gotta start
Oh,
over.
the size? Okay. Okay. Yeah.
That was getting real awkward there.
Yeah.
No, we gotta start over. Okay.
No, go back. Let's go to. Well, I mean, not that far. No. Start small and then go out. Stop.
I was like, is it an Emily shoe or is it a Zen
like a
shoe? Or
foot?
a Jason shoe?
Sure. Yeah. A little more than a foot. Yeah.
Foot and a half.
Each one of the scales. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like full scale.
A little bit.
How many of each did I get?
One of each.
Just one?
Yep.
All right.
Just one. I'm not giving you a shit ton of dragon scales.
Why don't you give one for each of us?
I'd rather not.
Okay. Because we're all gonna do something. We're gonna planet the fuck out of this.
If and when we fight this dragon,
We'll get all the
may or may
skills.
Hey, Rainier, can I have the blue one?
Actually, I'm going to pull out my dragon scimitar.
Okay.
And is it reacting at all to these?
I don't think it does.
I don't know
Why?
if it
It's
works.
not a
I don't know.
Yeah. No.
It's trying to use the force.
It works well against a dragon, but it doesn't like. This is not stick. So.
I've never
Tried it
I've only used it against a dragon once.
Sting doesn't work on corpses, so.
if you stab one of those scales, it's
Dang, with the knowledge.
It's like butter.
Yeah.
It's not a, it's not a
It's
binding
rod
rod
test, but instead of
Yeah, exactly.
So
Right.
actually, legitimately,
Dang, that's
I'm gonna
legit.
I'll take the copper one.
Yep.
I'm going to kind of like poke at the edge of it with my frost one. And then I'm gonna also poke at it with the dragon one. Is there a distinct difference in how easily it goes through?
Yes.
There we go. Problem solving. All right, these are
One of
dragons.
those
I don't know what you solved, but you solved it.
Yeah.
Well, no, because it does. So my thought process here: the Dragon Slayer one does way more damage to dragons. Like way
Obviously, it's called Dragon Slayer.
It is.
Oh, so okay. I'm sorry. I redact.
Yeah,
I
because
No, so
That's-
great.
Like, it's called the Dragon Slayer sword, but that's literally it. It was just named dragon.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That would have been amazing.
The only thing
We
is
put
like a
Dragon
couple
Slayer
goblins.
Doesn't do
no,
anything special against dragons. It's
It's
just
just a sword.
yeah.
I use it against.
It's actually Dragon's lair sword.
Yeah. You find it in there. That's
Yeah, you found it in the lair. That's it.
So, point is, after my little experiment, these are definitely dragons.
Okay,
Can I have
yeah,
the blue
that's
one?
that's a good way of discovering that because it could have been, scales from something
I
else,
feel like we're
a
all fairly confident.
what
but
it was
I-
Medusias race is called.
I mean, who would have known? Like the actual sword cuts better than
Organs?
sugar.
Okay, that's so confusing.
Tony, you didn't specify which sword went through easier.
Oh yeah.
It could have been. the case.
No, I
That's
specifically
true.
said this one, and then the second one does the second
Yeah,
one
you
go
did
through.
specify.
The sucker or the sword?
Yeah, the sucker, the lollipop,
So I just like walk around,
the
just
candy
like
cane.
nibbling on it.
Just
I just pick my teeth.
It's a short sword.
Can you actually activate it?
And Rainier's dead.
You wanna know how I got these scars?
Oh no, brain freeze.
He has no tongue now. Darn.
No, I just,
Darn.
I'll just carve my words into your skin. With my claws.
Jesus.
She's trying to take my
That
tongue.
escalated quick.
Yeah, but that
You
one-
tried to take your own tongue. I just said darn.
Shucks.
The violence. It's steadily increasing.
Wasn't last session you were talking about?
Wow.
You're haunted by her and yeah.
By the end of this game, it's just gonna be like, oh, waterboarding, you guys.
Hey, you can waterboard your prisoners? No, just Rainier.
Right? Yeah.
We needed answers. I don't understand.
Rainier though.
Okay, so continuing on.
Yeah.
Minotaur sandboard before.
Sandboard.
Right. That, oh, that
That's
would also be
arguably
terrifying,
worse.
right? Yeah.
You know the
Dragon
ostrich?
tail.
They're both bad. Yeah.
It's the ostrich.
Stick your head in the sand.
All right, so moving on from torture.
Oh.
So, yeah, you found those
Moving on.
colored scales, which appear to be vulnerable to the dragon slaying sword. Is one of them.
You ever gotten a Snapchat from a girl?
Nope.
Anyway, here's this.
Look at this.
No. I mean,
Wow.
Moving on.
Neat. I'm gonna put them in my pocket.
There you go.
Can I have the blue one?
No, not yet.
I
What
just
is it?
want to look
Tiny
at
little-
it.
The tiny little not excellent place.
It's
like
blue.
Side dish. Place. Yeah, it's like one of those.
Ooh,
But each one
Eat
is
your
scale.
salad off.
Yeah.
are color-wise, are any of them like metallic-y, or are they just like a
Copper one?
You did
in
ask.
finish? Is what I
mean,
meant.
you did say.
Oh,
Do they have a sheen on them or?
yeah, that's what I was getting at. So
Yeah, the
it's-
copper one.
Okay. So the other ones are just more of like matte color.
More of a chromatic.
Like from a chromatic dragon? The colored one?
Talking about the finish,
Yeah, one's red, one's blue. What are we?
I was
Yeah.
focusing on the
So-
finish. What are the finish?
Right. So yeah, it's just like, all right, I'm leaving. So there's your answer.
they're blue and red. Thank you.
Blue, red, and copper. Yep.
Ooh, if you put them together, do you get 3D glasses?
Jesus. No.
Darn. That would be cool.
I say Jesus because like I set myself up for that. That's what I'm saying. Not that you made that comment. Just that I was like, let me just, here you go. Enjoy.
Yep.
All right. So are you moving forward? I
Moving
assume
on.
The answer is
Yes.
You're like, okay, we're done. We're done. We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got what we needed.
Right. Yeah.
Head back out the door.
Right. Yeah. So, as you begin,
Well, I think we've seen everything we need to see. We can just.
August, you're feeling great about this, right?
Yeah, he brings up a good point. I am going to connect with August and ask him, hey, is this familiar? Are we getting warm, cold?
he kind of shoots back. Yes, we're very close.
Okay.
Okay, if
I remember
you
Anyone get
If
the
you
impression
happen to
August trying to
know-
kill us?
the way, absolutely take the lead and
True.
show us. Also, if there are any more surprises that you're aware of, a heads up would be much appreciated.
I know there are many traps at the gates we're going to move through. They wind through the different catacombs to get to the actual lair.
I am going to express that to the rest of the party.
Hmm?
Say,
I'm going to very incredulously go,
August
catacombs?
recognizes this place, and he has a very he's very familiar with the surroundings, and he has alerted me that there are traps throughout this the catacombs
I
on the
do
way
not-
to the lair.
I do not remember the gates. I just remember that there are. And catacombs because many people have died.
So they're booby trapped?
Yeah, he knows that there are booby traps.
Extensively.
Yes, extensively apparently.
But he doesn't know what they are.
Yeah, he
do not.
they're probably too numerous to keep track of every single one. And he knows that many people have died in the catacombs, but the catacombs are the way to the lair.
Good.
So, are we out of character? Are we currently in the beginning of the catacombs, or do we need to like travel further to get to the entrance to the catacombs?
So you're beginning in the caves. So from what he told you, he calls them the catacombs because many people have died.
Okay,
They're not caves.
Right.
But
I mean, they're
it's-
catacombs now.
Yeah, it's what he calls them that because of what's happened.
It's appropriate.
I mean, really, what's the difference between a cave? Honestly,
Dead bodies.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's intentionally having dead bodies.
Again,
Yeah.
it sends a message.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
I feel like
mass grave, catacombs, intentional, not intentional.
I think the intent's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Purpose
right.
may be different.
Right.
Purpose.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, they're meant to be there.
We kept them there.
That's
Okay.
Like
So-
Pokemon.
Then yeah, I will continue on and light the way and do a little sweepy sweep on the way. I'm gonna start checking for traps
Sure. Okay.
with my investigation.
Absolutely. So let's get a marching order now at this point, with Ward leading the way.
Me, Tonk, August.
So let's go ahead and place them on. We'll say the board. Let me see if I can change this. Just black.
I'll be.
Okay. He wants to remove the juggernaut.
Please, and
Scoot it over. Giant green triangle.
all that does work. I pulled it up because there's a grid on it. Then so you can like place spinning this kind of thing.
Oh no. I got the hiccups.
What do you need? You can, and we can talk amongst ourselves.
Yeah, you know what?
I don't wish that on my enemy. They're the worst.
I gotta fly over.
One of the babies had the hiccups. I felt
Assume that would've
so
been-
bad.
my first
I
thought
was
would've been
like,
front,
there's
but
nothing
I'll
you can't
be
scare a
just
baby.
behind the Robos.
I mean, you can, but like,
The Robo Hobo.
yeah.
I like rhyming. That's all.
It was pretty good.
I don't want everyone to be in.
You want everyone to be in the back?
Nah.
Yep.
I think that still makes
Chuck told me to give you shit for bailing on him and Gregory and Tarkov to go hang out with your girlfriend.
I'm always in the middle.
Yeah, I'm not sorry.
Yeah. They're doing the bros before thing.
Where's August?
I mean,
Right.
Okay.
Ding dongs on top.
there are
They-
things I can say, but
They got me this close to getting the game, but then when he was like it's $150, I was like, I'm waiting for a sale, homie.
Well, no.
That's the edge part.
But we can only
Yeah, but
fit 1 by 1.
He
We
said,
can't go 2 by
don't
2 or
get
3
the
by
cheap
3.
version 'cause
Well,
shit.
no, it.
The thing is, you can always.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I first bought it, I bought the base level because again, I didn't know if I was gonna like it either, and I'm not gonna
We
drop
wanna
that
go
much
single
money on
file?
something.
You
And
wanna
then
go 2 by
I
2?
fucking
I'm
loved
just
it, and I
asking.
waited
Do you
till
wanna
there
go
was
2
a
by 2?
sale.
I'm
and
just
bought the
asking.
other
There
wanna go 2 by
is
2?
Okay.
strategy to
smart
going
way.
single
Here's what I
file.
would say. Before
You
you
wanna go 2 by
play,
2?
So
Pestily has
I was just asking
a
if that
series
was the
called the
plan.
Raid series,
You wanna
where
go
he
2 by
takes
2?
a
I don't
standard account and he plays through it like a random person that would play an hour or 2 a day.
we're looking a
And he
little
puts
bit
out
like
an
the
hour-long
fellowship
episode.
right
What is this,
now.
like a YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too or 2
He
by
is
2?
like
Okay.
the all being for knowledge for Tarkov.
Okay.
He's an Australian dude. He's super cool. This is a 7th season of the Raid series, so you can. So this is the current wife who's doing it, but it's super great. He gives you a bunch of game knowledge, a bunch of tips. He's going through all the tests like you would, but it can give you an idea of how the game works and what it's like, and
Which
that'll kind
design
of give you a
do you
little bit of an
like better?
idea of what it's like to
They were
start.
5.
Yeah.
Because
I've watched all of Chuck's YouTube videos on it, and then I
This
watched a
one?
couple streamers maybe like 2 years ago play it,
Yeah.
and then I've been
This
watching
one?
Chuck and Greg
I
play
really
it.
think the just when you have some downside, kind of have it on the background or kind of.
Well, send me a link through Discord, and I'll
one?
Yeah.
check it out.
It's really good. Like I'm a longtime veteran playing it, and I watch them all, and I still learn things from him. You know, I don't always agree with a lot of things he does because he
I think
definitely
I like
goes for
either
speed
one.
sometimes instead of best decisions.
One.
Is
But-
the embodiment
I think
of
I would.
WP
I would choose.
No, it's actually more so like inventory shit. Like he'll just start selling
I like,
shit
I like
super
the symbol
cheap
at the
instead
top
of doing
and
it the right
symbol,
way.
and then
And like spend the 30 seconds to do it the right way.
Well, he even tells you
Okay.
specifically. too.
The
It's
this part or
should-
the
like, go through the vendors.
those.
But I don't
both,
care.
but
Okay.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
just gonna
mostly
sell
talking
it.
about.
He does a
That
lot
thing.
of do as I say, not as I do.
Take-
Ah,
If you wanted to do this, do this.
Okay.
I'm not doing that. 'cause I'll
Thank
let you
you.
do something else.
no, we're talking Tarkov.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
He's literally put
Mhm.
thousands of hours.
Oh,
He has
Oh.
thousands of hours, like dozens of accounts that he runs different things through.
Right on.
Damn.
That's his life. So.
I mean, literally.
Do
That's,
I need
It
to
literally,
put
like, takes a little
these
bit
on
of
there?
and let him to go freaking Europe.
Oh wow. All right, back to it.
Oh,
Yeah. So
That's our order.
Marching order.
okay, so Ward up first. Okay. So Ward, as you begin walking forward, you find that as you break past the doors, you begin descending down a low-grade cavern that is about a good 20 feet in diameter.
How tall is the roof? It's important.
So 20 feet in diameter, so you got 20 feet to the.
Oh, diameter. Okay.
But yeah, it is a firm, cylindrical kind of winding cave, and it looks actually like it's not just like a naturally occurring. It's actually looks like it's been carved stone. It's not worked per se, so it's not like again finely tuned dungeon by any means, but it's something that has been purposely placed.
Is there any natural light via like bioluminescent mushrooms or anything?
Interesting point you asked. So, as you are leading the path and walking forward, you don't see bioluminescent mushrooms, but you see these tiny motes of light. They're very faint and dim, but they suffuse the air itself, kind of just hanging there indefinitely, kind of floating and moving ever so slightly. They are purple, green, and blue in color.
Christmassy.
in all seriousness, can I investigate? Are they Fey-like lights?
You can make an investigation check, sure.
Well, you know, it kind of answers it. Is it advantage or not?
Yes.
Well, that didn't help. So, you said investigation?
Mhm.
19.
Okay. Similar kind of notes as both the Underdark, but also the Feywild. Kind of an intermixing of the two. There are unusual energies, to say the very least, about this.
What was the colors again?
Purple, green, and blue. Well, you don't have a green.
That right there.
Yeah. The giant cone of death.
Walk in there. Oh God, I'm starting to bust your butt.
Right.
So,
So are your senses tingling?
What senses?
Your Feywild senses?
I don't have Feywild senses.
only one person really has any sort of inkling
What
towards
is
it.
this, Shara?
Ishara has some connections to the Feywild, but it's not
Mostly the astral plane.
Not like
yeah,
that.
Yours,
Yeah.
yours more tied back to the dream space than the astral plane.
Yeah.
I see.
Though
Yeah.
Ishara herself has a lot of experience.
Although, blue. Well, she's like a dream dragon, so like blue,
Moonstone.
white, moony.
She looks like an
and-
oil slick.
More like an opal, but
Opal,
or,
greens.
yeah.
Yeah. She's so yeah, Moonstone Dragons, for the record. Yeah.
Like, can I get a two
Believe we've
Just a
gone
two.
down this path
Need a
once
mind.
before.
Fireball.
ball of fire coming your way?
Moonstone Dragons, as Ren would probably discuss when you may post that question, are more about the dream realms, but they spend a very good deal of time in the Feywilds too, which Ashara would have shared with you, I think, at least on more than one occasion.
Oh yeah, she told me bedtime stories about the Feywild and the funny little creatures that live there.
And how it's very fun and whimsical, but not without danger too. Not
Also
unlike any sort of we'll say like the old European fairy tales. Where you're like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, things are fun, but just don't go in the forest for too long, man. Just
OG Little Mermaid.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look too hard. The blood we saw by the scales was dry.
It was right. Which fair question.
What about the viscera? Was it crusty and scabby, or was it wet?
Just the meat rot.
The bit of meat, viscera, and blood had been dried, and it looks like it had been there for
Days
know what?
at least.
medicine check, please.
Medicine.
We so rarely do that.
Medicine.
This actually is exactly what medicine checks are for.
17, 18,
Who
19.
wants it? Anybody else want to do it?
Well, I mean, yeah, the
I'm
doctor
plus
should probably do
two,
it.
so it's not that great.
He does need to operate.
Yeah.
The 6.
+3.
Well, damn.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, mine is +3. Sorry, is what we were. Sorry, we were shouting
16,
out.
okay. So yeah, you looking at it is definitely dried. Best guess, it's probably been here now. Granted, dragons are magical creatures, so have some sort of extraneous abilities that normal either individuals, humans, or otherwise humanoids or beasts may not have. But it's been here for decades. You can say that's safe.
They live long and die slow,
Mm-hmm.
which stands
Tony, I
say-
would like to try and catch one of the moats in a jar, please.
to. Oh, no, in a jar. And shake it violently.
So yeah, make a dexterity check.
Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
Okay, how do I do that?
So just a general d20 plus dex roll. That's all.
Okay.
No proficiency bonuses.
Ooh, 16 plus
Could I add
2.
I'll say don't worry
18?
about it for now. So as soon as you try and like capture it, it
Mhm.
vanishes.
Oh.
And you realize this isn't like a moat that's similar to the kind of variety you've encountered around wombs. This is something different. This kind of suffuses the air with this magical property, but it's not something that's unique to this specific space. It's just kind of ever present. So those moats may float around, but they're not the representative of the entire energy in the area versus a specific.
Okay.
If I could save time in a bottle.
I.e., they're not the normal moats that we catch,
Correct. They're not the type that you
like the elemental moats.
Yep. Not those ones. notices something else unusual.
Something weird this way comes.
Hmm. I just want to chase him.
Yeah. Can't help but see, like, I mean, they're kind of like fireflies.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they do kind of, appear and vanish.
Are they playing with me now?
There does not appear to be any intelligence.
Darn.
But
They all
as
form to
you...
make it big. So they all form to make it big.
Right. Big middle finger. Rude.
All right.
Where is it? Where is it?
Yeah.
They just randomly blink enough times. Statistically,
That's true.
Mhm.
Yeah, the monkeys and typewriters Shakespeare.
Right.
Yeah,
They just start blinking in Morse code. Fuck off.
yeah. I get that. Oh.
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 Oh, fuck you. So, as you continue down this path and you continue walking, could I have everybody make a wisdom saving throw?
Hey.
It's not anything that anyone notices, so there's no particular reactions that are.
You two have +4.
17.
Dirty 20.
Okay. So I should also say this. Though you are in a line, and this is a 20-foot wide cavern, you're moving at the bottom of it, so it is still a line.
It's still what?
It still is a line that you're trying to traverse through these kind of bored holes, these caves that you're moving through. So it still is a line that you're moving through to the base of this 20-foot diameter.
17.
Okay.
With his break.
Yeah, same.
21. Okay. 11. Okay. Dorgiran, where are you at in the group?
10 mil.
Okay.
I'm riding the Gorgon.
Tell you what, that's the best place to be in. So, as you're all walking, you see Dorgiran just kind of start to drift a little bit, and kind of start to wander, haphazardly almost. Actually, you know what? Roll for the Gorgon though. And August would need to roll too.
August, you live here. You better be good at this.
It's a wisdom.
I've lived here for about 60 years.
13.
Perfect.
The Gorgon will now.
Oh no. Okay. Well, the good thing is you guys are in the middle of the pack. So as both the Gorgon and Dorgiran are the only two amongst the group, they begin to kind of just wander aimlessly. You kind of have to correct them a few times. Just say like, hey, we're going this way. And the
Bonk.
Gorgon just gets corrected. They begin walking, but then
And essentially did it the right way. Because August
did.
and Tonks are like next to each other, and then those two are next to each other in front and behind.
oh nice, okay, yeah. So then similarly again, it happens every few minutes or so that unfortunately the effects of whatever is this unusual energy pervading this space seems to affect Dorgiran and his Gorgon a bit more than everyone else.
They finally get to know what it's like to be drunk.
Right, yeah.
You get it, buddy? Yeah, feel great.
Yeah, and yeah, you're just like, it's not like a pure euphoria, but it's just like this, like, good vibes, man. Just having a good time.
Where's North?
Shit, man.
As you start to think
It's
about
all
it, you're like, you don't know. In fact, you don't know either.
Shit, well, which way is north? Man, it's all north.
It's like, this is a question.
It's all north down here.
North is up, right? So, I mean, you're not.
He does like the avalanche thing. He goes to like spit.
Technically, up is north of
If you're
somewhere.
ever stuck in an avalanche, you spit to know which way it's down.
Interesting. Okay, gotcha. Good to know. So yeah, which like you know where down is, you know where up is, so up is north. There you go. Yeah, that tracks. Yeah.
Technically, up is north of somewhere.
We're all going North.
We are. We're in the north.
It's
Yeah.
north somewhere.
So, what were so who had a 15 or higher passive investigation was Daruk, Ward, Rainier, Fadir,
Mhm.
correct?
Passive
Or
investigation?
Passive investigation.
Oh,
15?
no. 12.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
17.
Sorry.
I think you got it
Okay.
right.
So yeah, so you four then
I was thinking
notice
my
that
wisdom save.
every like probably good 30 feet or so, you notice these really strong divots in both the walls and sometimes the floor. It's kind of like interspacing But you see them as what look like clear scratch marks, likely large size.
There, like something was flying along going through the tunnel, or like perpendicular to the tunnel.
Make an investigation check. You want to look more closely?
I would love.
Okay.
Are we sure that Medusias is here and she didn't just abandon the fort and then a dragon settled in it?
You see clear signs that whatever was flying inward.
Is it flying into?
Correct.
Is there any more like scales or marks like that?
No scales, but the claw marks are clear. They occur every
Are
about
they?
20 to 30 feet.
Go ahead.
Big is
The tunnel is 20 feet in diameter.
Secret tunnel.
Are the
So it
likely
was squeezing
moving
through this
are the
tunnel.
claws in the same pattern that we saw the giant footprint at the doorway? Like is it like a three-toed claw?
Make a survival check.
you can see here. The scratches.
14.
Something was going through.
Yeah, they do match up.
Okay, so
It favors its right side, as you can tell by the dip.
Yeah, it must have punched something really hard with that left foot.
Yeah.
that left.
So video from Boston now.
You don't know. I'd be Frankie Pre-Shot.
So it's safe to say that our multicolored dragon friend punched through the door,
Uh-huh.
through both doors,
Mhm.
has went this way. And we're on the right path. Well, I mean,
Any way for us to tell it's more than
You can make an investigation check, trying to discern exactly like the spacing of, or I'll say investigation or survival, to try and discern the spacing of the claw marks that we found, and how likely it is that there are multiple creatures in one.
I have no idea. Okay. There were 87 dragons.
87 or one.
I mean,
It's one or the
just
other.
turn around at this point. Just head around.
Yeah.
Even
was
if
a
there's
dragon
one
there
down
and
at
one
this point,
there.
Still, no.
Are we fighting one horse-sized dragon or dragon-sized horse?
Either one's probably bad.
There's definitely hoof marks inside there.
Right. So
continuing.
continue downward. You eventually get to a point where the cavern looks actually more like it is no longer something that is carved into the earth or rock, but more naturally occurring. And as you get to a certain point, it kind of levels out, comes to a flat point, and like a cave system. So,
If we were going down a dusty hill, anyone have a shield on?
No,
He has a tower shield.
no.
so as as you are in the lead.
Checking for traps.
Yes. Okay. So go ahead and make an investigation check.
Looking for trap animals of the large dragon variety.
14.
Here, be more involved.
I actually do have that I'm not.
So,
You would like
do you use investigation checks to check for traps, or do you use passive investigation?
So it'd be like an active perception, or I'm sorry, active investigation check.
Okay.
Pass is more if you like things you just kind of like notice in the area.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, Baldur's Gate is getting me all turned around.
Yeah.
Because you just walk around, it's like,
Yeah. For
you
sure.
know.
I mean, I thought it was passive, like you're not actively saying anything.
Right. yeah.
So yeah, if you happen to walk past one and it exceeds, then you know that's easy. But if it goes under, then there's a matter of like,
Do you
do
notice?
you notice? Or not?
Yeah. Roll
That's
for
up
it.
to me to kind of decide and how to educate, which is it's tricky at times, but sometimes I'll know if it's particularly high. It's like okay, you get it.
Right.
So as you're walking down and you see the path open up, there are what look like almost like kind of naturally occurring steps, maybe ones that have been carved into it, but more stylized, that are in the floor. And as the path kind of opens up more, it's closer to like a good 25, maybe 20 feet in terms of width. It then starts to curve into a more naturally occurring cave versus a pure on like cylindrical carved out floor. As you continue down this path and step down a few steps, come to a portal. looks like it descends down the steps, and then more of an opening / clearing to the right. Yes.
Where are the claw marks going?
So as you look, and I'll look at this, it's been kind of
Trailing it now.
yeah keeping track of them. You do see they go to the left.
Do we want to?
No.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a legitimate question that I'm asking the party. Do we want to follow this beast to the lair, or do we want to see what is in the other direction? I have a theory that whatever this beast is has a big problem with Medusias and was rampaging through here to get to her. So if we follow those tracks, we're going to find the
Right.
lair.
I use my sword as like one of them like divining rods and then
Just-
water.
what are they called?
Dousing rod.
Yeah,
Yeah.
way too much.
Right.
Look, it's weirdly worked for him, so
You know, well, that's a
Tony,
fair point. What's up?
from what I know about dragons, would I know that, like, would I know if it's possible for them to have beef with Medusius, or would it be possible that this is just like a really, really great opportune lair space?
Oh, and it's looking for a new.
And it just like happened to bust in here because it was like, I smell a dank cave with gems in it, and I'm gonna nest there.
6 of one, half a dozen the other. I'd say freely.
If the Lord can lead
This-
you to it, he
you're-
can lead
I
you
would
through
say
it.
you and Daruk are probably most particularly in tune with like dragon, due to your your tribes fascination with them, but then also your own very personal connection. Yeah, and both of you know that at least when it comes to chromatic variety, they tend to be more of the variety that like, I love me a cave where I can store all my treasure. I want my hoard and I want to just sit on it.
Mm-hmm.
This, as far as you can tell, would be a good spot to have. Whether or not it has to do with Medusa too, that's a matter of finding out
So-
more potentially.
Yeah.
what I'm hearing, there's shiny things and exciting stories down this way. So I'm gonna go that.
You
Tell
think
you
we
what,
could take on
you're
a
down for
dragon?
one. Pulling up the dungeon exploration.
Secret tunnel.
Secret
So, I will also say this, which I neglected earlier. There is a bit of rubble as you walk towards the path to the left. What looks like possibly a cave wall that had been collapsed from one way or another. Not a full wall, but like a bit of one that has been crushed and moved out of the way.
Are there any claw marks in it?
around it.
Survival check, investigation, perception, A3.
That's a 17 on the dice, so I'm just
Yeah.
assuming.
Absolutely.
Okay. So big thing caved out more space. It's probably too big for the hole, it made it bigger. That's my
Fat
guess.
dragon.
I don't know. I mean, does it look more like byproducts swinging around flailing, or it was like digging the wall?
You can see some scratch marks on the wall, but honestly, it could be either one.
Well, are there any bodies or blood or bones?
What's
Left
your passive
behind.
perception?
Mine no, that's investigation. 17.
17. Oh, well, still. You don't see any.
Okay.
Is there still like a thick layer of powdery, dusty stuff on the ground?
There's not, no.
How
In
long
fact,
ago did that end?
That ended right at the metal doors that you had passed through.
Oh, okay.
It's like that thing was crunching up all the things that
Yeah.
petrified.
Petrified a bunch of things and then rolled over them.
Oh,
And whomever else also put that together.
that makes sense. And then it's the path down the middle where it. Okay.
Like the frequent patrol route.
Yeah.
Kill this part.
I want to go down the path. It sounds exciting.
Let's
You
go.
wanna left?
Yes.
So you want to go right?
Right.
Going down the path with the dragon claws.
No left.
Correct.
You're not gonna.
Is it
Every time I
tricking you?
think of that in a movie, I just think of the ski airmen. They're like,
All right. Give me Amarin are on the path.
I'm not opposed. I will say before we do that, just remember if shit hits the fan, circle up for word of recall.
Oh yeah,
I mean-
that's a good reminder.
Look, we're saves coming. We pressed F5. Let's go.
Okay.
We will
So you-
leave Jorgen.
No, we won't.
Yes, we will. We will leave you and Jorgen.
Jorgen the Gorgon? No, I couldn't leave him. He's a good
Jorgen the
boy.
Gorgon?
Jorgen.
Jorgen the Gorgon.
Jorgen.
In the bag of holding, Jorgen.
I don't think that works.
Does not know. The bag of holding opens so much. So like,
We could put one hoof in the bag of holding.
And it just sucks the rest of him in.
yeah,
like
just
a
put the head in.
Ghostbusters
You're like,
trap.
I hope we can get the rest. Regeneration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you go left or right?
Left.
Left. Okay.
So anybody objects?
What if
Is that right? That's
Gorgon? What if Jorgen the Gorgon eats the Gorgon that I got from the Juggernaut?
It's not.
All right.
Who knows?
I'm
It's
going
crystal.
to stealth and go ahead.
It's not,
Okay.
It's not,
Oh, okay.
it's not his special.
It's 13.
Okay. Oh wait, are we doing shady
Hey,
shady?
we could get.
I was going to stealth and go ahead, but
Well, you're,
You
you're
what?
getting too much
Get a
fun.
shot.
But before
He
the
already
next thing
has
comes
one.
up that you're like, it's this.
Oh, but good call.
How are the?
Hey,
we
check
did
for
do
traps.
these out of order.
Yeah.
You should probably check for traps. He
So-
gave an obvious warning
You know
for
what?
multiple traps.
Let's reveal a little bit of the two spaces that then obstruct your vision.
No.
I believe Emily saw part of them. So on
No.
the path. So you find more crushed rubble to your left, along the both what would be western and northern walls. But beyond them, you find what looks like a heavily obscured space to the right that is full of this dense, thick green smoke. You cannot see.
I want to go to the smoke.
It looks like the thickest, greenest fog you have ever seen.
I vote the fog.
And to
I
the-
feel like
And to the left, you find a dense, fibrous, almost kind of brightly reflecting webbing.
No
Feel
choice,
that
right?
space.
I feel like
Fog.
we have Way of the Snake and Way of the Spider.
Yeah.
Snake every time.
I tried to do a transplant.
Chitter. What's up?
Is there any way for us to somewhat safely test
Get out of here
While riding on.
with that.
if the
Ew.
fog is dangerous?
Giant spider.
There are ways of testing it.
Dude's like,
Did you really just expend a
I will-
shapeshift?
I will test it.
Did you really just turn into a spider?
Okay.
There's spiders.
How so?
huff it in.
I'm gonna walk into it.
Okay.
Spiders
How
are
far do you walk in?
residents. I could step on it and see what's
Into the smoke?
At least 5 feet. Be
Hold
like
on.
fully involved.
I'm
Okay.
going to throw a rope at you.
Catch the rope.
The rope disintegrates.
You say cast throw?
No,
Catch the rope.
Oh, okay.
I
I
cast
said
rope.
cast throw. I was
rope
like,
trick. Rope trick.
What?
I was a wizard. Catch throw.
Like, are
Can
you,
you
are you
catch
saying
these hands?
catapult, basically? Or is that what you're casting? Okay. Yeah. All right. So, so you walk in 5 feet. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Who saw that coming?
As he walks in, I
Me.
go, I can gust of.
Hold on. I tested something. Oh, that's gross. It's
Damn.
25.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was the other way.
Fair point. So,
Also has
as,
effect.
as you walk into that space, you feel your lungs begin to burn and your eyes as well. You're like, oh, this is bad. And you just basically turn around before any ill effect can really take effect.
Do I feel like it would have been like poison, corrosive kind of stuff?
It would have been poison corrosive, absolutely. To the effect of what you're looking for, you're not entirely certain, but tell you what, we'll say you go in there before anything ill happen.
I said lay on hands. It also
No, I'm
cures
thinking more.
poison effect.
Oh, it cures poison effects, sure, but poison damage isn't prevented. So, yeah. So you walked in, you're like, oh, it's bad, and you immediately turn out before any ill effect truly takes place. Okay. I'm giving you that.
Two.
Luck-
That was my.
So
yeah,
I
that
have
was my testing.
I have gust of wind. Disperse gas and vapor.
By how much?
It's 60 feet long, 10 feet wide.
Ah, that one.
Struck me in
Okay.
a second.
Hmm.
Yes, since we're in a cave that kind of space, but I don't know. It lasts a minute, so we can.
We also don't know how long
And-
it'll take us to
oh.
Yes.
Why?
Hold up.
Yes, built up.
Well, we can rush.
Gas filled tunnel.
Can't check for traps if you rush, but
As you kind of speak out there, Rin, since you're actually, is Rin afraid of spiders, or is Emily? I mean, I know Emily is, but like, is Rin? How does Rin feel about spiders?
She don't like them.
So
We've dealt with
That was a
spiders
2.
before, haven't we?
Okay, she didn't like them then either.
right, it hasn't
you know,
changed.
to what degree, I guess, is my question. So,
A 2 on a scale of 1 to 20.
Right,
Is
yeah.
how much she likes
so
them.
really not a fan. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, then Rin, as you're looking at the webbing just being uncomfortable to say the least, you can't help but notice this is not normal webbing. Like it looks almost metallic. Like there's something. It's not organic. It is clearly a metal-like filament that is space-like webbing.
It's modern art.
Mm,
As you kind of like wonder about it and keep looking, you see what looks like this tiny little metallic spider walk out, and it's a kind of variety that's more of a jumping one where it has those big eyes. And it's like kind of it's
Do we have
You
to?
adorable.
Does it do the little dance?
Yeah.
it does. Yeah, you can see it doing this little like thing.
Does it have maracas?
No maracas,
Chick chicky
But-
boom, chick chicky
but
boom.
you could see him. Like if it had him, oh, this would be the best.
Going on.
What is the spell where you can make a little illusion?
I'll try
The
to.
minor? Or
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the what is
oh
it?
right, yeah. Minor illusion. Yeah,
Yeah, minor illusion.
yeah.
Little sombrero.
Tony's trying to restore my
mustache.
faith in the spider kind.
Maracas.
So you see it doing that.
Can I mind link with it?
Try to.
Yeah.
Okay. No effect.
No. Okay. Well, it's not a sentient creature.
You see it walk back into the webbing.
Did anybody else see that? Just me?
Yeah, Jared's running back out with voice and
I'll take a step
That's not
closer to the webbing.
Okay.
And I'll take
wonder if
out
it'll
my
taste
staff of extending
Okay.
and I'll bonk one of the webs with it. 10 feet.
So yeah, so you hear what sounds almost like a solid boom, like almost like a pluck on like a bass string.
Okay.
Let's jam.
And then you hear kind of like you hear it like ripple out, like that kind of. Trying to think of a good example. Oh, Coraline.
Ah.
You hear that tongue, and then the other mother like listen for things.
Yeah.
It's similar to that kind of like reverberating sound that echoes backward into the space. At that point, you see what looks like you actually hear another set of kind of heavier in sound. But you see this small spider, probably about the size of, would be like a pug, walk up through the webbing as it kind of looks.
Small, the size of a pug.
Um,
Compared to the size of relative to
Well, right.
here.
yeah, exactly. As it kind of looks at you, kind of tilts its head a little bit, and you see it has these kind of like red, fiery eyes almost.
Chitter, chitter,
Um,
chitter.
But it looks at you
Shitter, shitter, bang, bang.
and just kind of stares for a moment.
I'll tilt my head back at it.
You see just kind of crawl back in. It's back away.
Okay.
Do it again.
It's more scared of you than you are of
Bonk.
it.
I do a different one this time.
It's a different note.
Bong.
And you hear that
Mm-hmm.
back outward. You then see a
Oh,
what,
shit.
maybe the same one. Not entirely certain, but same kind of bug-sized spider come out, look at you,
In.
then just kind of slowly walks away.
Bonk. I can't bonk the spider.
You want to bonk the spider?
I want to just lightly bonk it.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Okay. Is that like a...
So, real quick, the amount of times I immediately resort to stabbing. That guy.
She's
It's a pull. It's a bonk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do I?
Rainier, it's just a light stabbing.
All right.
What is it? What?
It's be a melee attack roll
Okay. With what?
with a probably staff.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know how to do. Hold on. Action.
She's like, I cast
Maybe?
spells.
I don't attack things.
don't know, man.
Tell you what, make
like a dagger, like a melee weapon dagger to hit.
yeah, but daggers also use dexterity. That's the part that's the thing. This
Oh.
is strictly a strength based check. So, tell you what, roll a d20 with your strength modifier,
Oh,
and then add proficiency bonus because I think sorcerers or bards are proficient with staves. So,
okay.
Steve.
Hmm. 10.
10. So you try and like reach in there and kind of give it a good bonk.
Mm-hmm.
You miss.
No. Okay.
Yeah, kind of dodge it out of the way, and then you hear, you see this tiny little fire effect from it as it then backs up quickly.
Oh, there goes
Oh.
my idea.
Oh. Oh.
That's good pertinent information that you just discovered. Fire spiders. Well, I was thinking about casting heat metal on the whole structure of the web, but I don't think that's gonna do anything now.
So what happens if I step on eggs? Just put a foot on. Or whatever spiders
I hate
have.
it. I hate it.
Do you want to try that?
Just one egg. Fire.
Give it a little
Okay.
flip.
Make a dex saving throw.
Oh, no. I still get advantage on it.
If you're a spider.
Danger sense or can't throw evades.
Oh, right, for danger sense. Then, yeah, I would say so. This is an effect you can see.
And I use my
You know, honestly, though, like you're willingly doing it.
Do I
Okay,
know-
but you're cautiously doing it.
Do I notice sparks coming
Well-
off the web?
Well, right. And that's the thing. So you are still cautiously doing it, so I would still give you advantage. Yeah.
No. We don't need any heat.
Does that sound good? Or it's really good, one of the two.
One.
Yeah.
And one.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
Damn.
You know what? This is honestly the best time to have that kind of thing happen, though. So
You
what's
die.
what's the total?
The spiders have proficiency in dex saves.
I don't honestly know.
I don't think they do. No.
Okay.
they
Well,
don't.
your spider form takes 5 points of damage.
Okay.
As the spider leg that touches this immediately gets sliced as you realize this webbing is razor sharp.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Looking through my spell list.
I cannot disperse razor sharp webbing, but I can disperse vaporous gas
For a minute.
for a minute. But I could cast. Is this
again.
webbing over like?
But it's a second
chasm
level
or
spell.
something?
It is
Through the
filling
tunnel.
a what looks like a
Or is it like just on the floor?
it's completely filling what looks like another tunnel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Got nothing.
unless I don't think I can. Yeah, I can't even say this
I'm gonna bonk it.
through the wires.
I'm gonna bonk the metal again.
Okay.
I would like to cast command on the pug-sized spider.
The bug size spider.
Okay.
Pugsley, we'll call him.
It was fine the first time. Mistake. Okay. Okay. So you bonk, or you try to command the pug-sized spider. Okay.
After I summon it again.
Okay. So yeah, you hit the webbing again.
Mm-hmm.
You see the same one kind of walk over, and you see it spurt a little bit of fire, and then you cast command.
Help.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
What's the number to hit?
20.
20?
Uh-huh.
Okay, just fail.
Really?
Yeah, I know, crazy, right? So you see it kind of quizzically look at you for just like the briefest second, and then you see it quickly dart away from you.
Huh.
I'll help you to your grave.
Well.
At that point, you hear what sounds like a heavier set of footprints or footsteps.
Great. It got us help.
You can hear this kind of grinding motion coming from the cavern where this razor sharp spider web leads off to the left. You can hear what sounds like this kind of grinding mechanical sound approaching. And you can actually see a bit of this kind of like red coloring coming from that area. You can also hear the spurting of flames.
You want to do the wind thing in the other tunnel?
Right now, we want to. Not opposed if we want to sprint down that tunnel.
All this. I mean, you said that there's been like more cave-ins and stuff. Are we seeing any like half-ish of chaos? Is it going down the gassy tunnel, or did it
4
do I
minutes.
see more chaos? Like
As in
chaos
tracking
on
the
wall?
direction the
rubble,
dragon.
yeah.
2 minutes.
So yeah, you can see the rubble.
We don't know how long the
went
tunnel is.
down the gas.
But then
so you
that's
can look at-
using
if you look at
spell
the map, you
slots
can
that
see
he could
there's some
use to
rubble
heal us. He could use
that
to
led
attack.
the way that the gas.
Is it on the base?
The gas.
So the
Oh no.
I think we should go the gassy way. As much as I want to stab spiders because it's fun.
Just a hair.
They blow hard.
Okay.
If it gets really, really bad, I have
Also,
some things I can do to help mitigate.
we can come back and deal with the creepy crawlers.
Razor fire spiders.
It could be coming in
So
and
you
friendly.
still hear that sound, and you can
Yeah,
actually
he's
hear
he's doing the tunnel.
Yeah,
Gust, gust wind down the gas tunnel. Start.
Okay.
As soon as
Can I have
you-
everybody roll initiative?
Okay.
Yeah, I know. This is kind of like a hey, wait, what?
Dirty 20. I'm not last.
I'm tracking this for the next session, so that we can get this going. You know what? Okay, hold on. Let's wait because it's almost 10, and we don't want to get into combat. It might take a bit.
Okay.
But we'll go ahead and get into a bit of the details. So, as you cast Gust of,
Okay, so
yep, and the gas burst will say in somewhere about this space.
yeah, it's 10 feet wide.
Seems about right. 60 foot
long.
right?
Yeah.
You see, place that guy in there. A large snake-like construct that is made of magical essence floating within this poisonous cloud that you could not see before. Completely obscured by the cloud itself.
How we're gonna fight them both at once.
As it is flying into space and the gust immediately
in the wind.
pushes through this poisonous cloud. You see it look at you, realize that moment, just hiss out at you.
Great. Oh no.
Is the
Scale?
gas coming from it?
No.
Okay.
It is suffusing the space, but to give it scale, it's about the size of like Anaconda.
Okay. Yeah, the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is a very large snake that's residing within.
My anaconda don't want none.
Well, we'll find out who's got buns next time, though, because it's 10, and this is a good point to call it before the duel encounter now potentially at this point kicks off. So
Okay.
Alright.
Question.
yeah, tell you what, place your minis where we wanted to be, because obviously they're not going anywhere.
Oh, okay.
If you haven't already.
No,
Okay.
we're still
Yeah,
in marching order for
Yep,
the
yep.
tunnel.
Did we
So,
roll
If I
initiative?
just cast,
We have not rolled initiative quite
Okay,
yet.
I
but,
will erase that.
Well, so I called for it, and I thought, we can start initiative at the top of the order next round.
I want my
Oh, okay.
dirty 20.
Tough luck. Sorry.
I also got a dirty 20. That's okay.
We'll start at the next
I'll
round.
hold up
Next
the rear
time.
to like
Yeah.
intercept.
I could get a 24. You don't know.
True. We'll go ahead and set the scene. And tell you what, for the sake of transparency, go ahead and reveal it
Okay.
a little bit here as
I want to
You know
go
what?
with that.
I'll wait till next session.
I was
to
planning
reveal
on
it.
I would like to take one step back from the spiderweb, please.
Oh, the thing I wanted Christian to remind me about. Is it possible, since you've spent
Thank
so
you.
much time with your Gorgon, for you to wild shape into a Gorgon, therefore getting the immunity to petrification?
Technically not. both from the CR rating, but then also Gorgons or Monstrosities, not beasts.
I figured the CR alone would be it.
It would be.
There's a CR.
Right, yeah, which would be well beyond its 20.
The circle of the moon is once you hit level 6, it's fluid level divided by
3. Yep. So it's probably, I mean, you won't be able to change it to a
I had to
Gorgon.
get this. I had to level
Right, which you, I don't think can at this point, right? Yeah. So, all right, well, we'll pick up next session with this lovely little combat encounter in the caves leading towards Medusias' lair.
Should be fun.
With, you know, whatever's gonna come. So, no bigs.
I think they are a little bit big.
They might be bigs. There might be some bigs. We'll find out.
May.
But honestly, Gust of Wind may prove really useful.
1 minute.
Can we see like events on where this gas is coming from?
Not present, but we'll get to that next session. Potentially. All right. Well.
It could be the spider could be coming to help because its little guy went off and was like, "Mom, we need to help these things."
With their life.
Very well, maybe. So we'll find out. Though.
It thinks it thinks
Maybe.
All right. Well,
Hopefully get help.
we'll go ahead. And get
Yeah.
out of here.
Can we do
Yep.
get help?
So thank you
Thanks
all
for
for tuning
dropping
in.
by.
And yeah, we'll see you all next week as we continue the adventure of the Moonstone Guard,
Yeah.
investigating Medusias' lair and the dangers therein.
Is it her lair? Who knows?
Or is it a chromatic dragon lair now?
Well said. All right. Well, we'll see you all next week.
The
Later.
layer formerly known
Bye.
as Medusias.
Right.